But Layer's a hard place to live. Real hard. Ain't no soft landing nowhere in here. You either catch on quick, or this place chew on you slow. This life don't hand out directions. Just wait. Just pressure sitting on your chest every morning. Folks think trouble kicked the door in. Nah. Trouble slick. Trouble got perfume on. Smiling at you like it already know your name, already in the room when you walk in. That's the slings and arrows, you don't hear them fly, you just feel that sting and wonder where it came from. Whole layer wrapped in dark mystery. Old magic in the walls. Wizards whispering deals they don't keep. Dragons watching from the shadows, counting bodies like loose change. Succubus love looks sweet at first, then you wake up lighter than you went to sleep. Heart tax, soul pawn. It's war out here. Quiet war. Betrayal wears silk and smile real nice. Same cats break bread with you. Be the one selling your name 2 streets over. This whole thing a stone cold trip, baby. No fair fights, no refunds. So whatever shield you walk around with, it better be battle tested.
Not shiny.
Not shiny. Not fresh out the armory, I'm talking chip paint. Bent edges. Blood you couldn't wash off even if you tried. Cause the layer don't care how fly you look in your armor. They care what's still holding when the smoke drifts off. If you still here tomorrow, still breathing, still standing on your square, then yeah, you's a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
Layer.
With more of what you're funkin' for, feet don't fail me now. Good God. One nation under a groove, getting down just for the funk of it. One nation and we got the groove, nothing can stop us now. Hi. With more of what you're funkin' for, feet don't fail me now. Good God. One nation under a groove, getting down just for the funk of it. One nation and we got the groove, nothing can stop us now. Yeah, y'all. Let me see now. Where was I at? I'll turn up this a little bit. Go through some music before we get to the damn other stuff. Here we go. I'm going to start here. Beset on all sides.
The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who, in the name of charity and goodwill,
walk through the fire with my head held high. Dust on my feet, still I look to the sky. World so cold, got snakes in the grass. Truth moves slow, but vengeance move fast. Seen good hearts break on the bad man wait. Seen love get lost at the hands of hate. Still I pray when the night get long, trying to stay righteous when everything wrong. All And the wolves all grin when the light go dim. They lurk at the edge, try to pull me in. But I know my name and I know my soul. Even in the storm, I'ma hold my roll. Sun on all sides, but I'm still standing. Pain in my chest, but my face still landing. Holding all the lies to the flame won't die. Too much evil under the same old sky. Set on all sides, yeah, they want me gone. But the weak don't last and the real stay strong. To the selfish lies and the cold mankind, I keep one hand on truth, one hand on mine. Everybody talk, but they don't bring peace. Too many devils dressed up like sheep. Smile in your face, then they sharpen they blade. Plot in the dark while you kneel and pray. I done been crossed, I done been betrayed. Still 10 toes in the mess they made. Heart got scars, but the spirit intact. Lost some love, but I'm building it back. When the ground shake hard and the fear come near, I can't fold up, I was made for here. Let the thunder roll, let the sky crack wide. I'ma walk that road, I got truth inside.
Come on in.
When prayers leave church.
What it do? What it do? What it do?
What up, man? I'm just stopping by the night is layered. So what's up,
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How
We
you doing,
going
man?
through some music listening. I'm Gucci.
Hey, are you gonna join the competition on Saturday night?
What time is it? Is it at nighttime?
8 o'clock, 8 p.m. our time.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be over there.
I got 3 different categories, so you can do rock, pop, rap, and R&B. So $50
So-
to each. Go ahead.
So what is it? Songs, a song a piece, or you do multiple songs?
I feel like I'm promoting. Do you mind if I promote a little bit?
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna do 3 different categories: rock, pop. So rock and country go the same way. Pop and R&B go in the same category, and then you got the ratchet, rap, and all that go in the same category, right? I'm gonna give out
Rock and
$50
pop.
to each. Yeah. Say it again.
Rock and pop, same thing.
No, R&B and pop. R&B.
R&B and pop.
Yeah. Rock is like country, rock and country, and then rap is with the ratchet. You know, like the what's that other thing? Drill.
You said rock
rap,
and country.
rock and country. Yeah.
Rock and country.
And then rap is drill, and all that other stuff. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Rock
I think
and
you can win
pop.
on rap, no R&B and pop, R&B, pop,
R&B and pop, rock and country.
rock and country,
Okay.
and then rap, drill, and ratchet. Right. You know what I mean? Like all that type of stuff. So yeah, it's AI music. It don't have to. It could be AI, whatever. Well, we're gonna have fun Saturday night, 8 o'clock.
All right.
Everybody wanted to invite you, but anyway, other than that, man, what you got going on? You just playing music, chilling?
Yeah. We listening to some beats. That's all. We just got to listen to that song, Beset on All Sides. So now we finna go through the beats.
I just came to chill, man. Come on.
All right.
And yes, I did.
I'm the motherfucking night. Yeah. Nightish. Rugged and right. A man's man. But the women know what time it is. I'm the motherfucking night, yeah, I'm rugged and right. Stand tall, chest out, built for a fight. A man's man, but the women want me. Late night glow, they be stuck on me. I'm the motherfucking night, yeah, I'm cut from the stone. Real life legend, I don't follow no throne. A man's man, but the women want me. Dark on my shine, yeah, they stuck on me. Heavy on the boots, hit the ground when I step. All gas, no brakes, I don't deal with regret.
Yeah. Let's get to it. We was looking at the end of this earlier. I want to see what the beginning was like. Illusion of options. Shout out to Hampton. This might be risky. Miss Sherelle. Let's see what they was talking about. Look like he's showing a clip from that other show, Truth. What is it called? Uh, I forget the name of the other show. Let me see.
Because I don't know my value. I know exactly
Good.
what my
You can hear
value
it?
is. I know my worth. I know who I am. But I don't have to explain.
This how they be doing this shit now, Sure. You ever see it? It's like they got the picture of what they watching like on their chest. I don't know if that come from TikTok or what.
It. My presence speaks for itself, and that's just it.
But do you think that people? Do you think that people sometimes overvalue them?
Talking about the moon and the stars, I'm bugging out probably.
So I wanted to do this before we get to the topic that we got in the back of her, because if they don't know, you know what I mean? Like if they don't know, I want to really. You understand what I'm saying to you? So that's all that I ask. Like just keep it real. I don't want to have to interject. Like I want us to be 100. You ready? There it is.
You in therapy or willing to go?
Nita?
Never been through anything.
I don't. You want me to be tragic? You want me to have some demons or something? Thank you for doing that for me.
And why did you pop? There's nothing wrong with going to therapy and talking to someone about your problems.
Obviously, you have a lot.
Go on.
Answer the question.
I do remember this lady. I do remember this popped balloon.
Trump.
Why'd you? Yeah, I got my bachelor's in criminal justice, and minor in psychology and political science. I studied it. Thank you.
That doesn't matter. It's still the same system. Perpetuates the same results.
Did you vote for in the 2024 election?
2024?
As in last year?
No, I don't subscribe to politics. I don't subscribe to politics. You know, it's the illusion of choice.
And why'd you pop? That's bullshit.
Damn.
Hey, she was talking spicy too. She was talking mad spicy. Yeah, Savage. Those is all songs, you know, from yesterday I made. Well, all beats from yesterday that I made. But shout out to Earth for coming through and doing the commercial. Imperious, I guess, went over there and embarrassed herself over there on Taz. Yeah, Blue Jay, we just was listening to a few beats that I made yesterday. Hello, Jackie Valentine. Salute to Savage and hello, Genesis.
Oh yeah, so if you've seen her, if you see this, and what made me
So this her down
go
here.
to her page is because I've
See
seen
right
like
under-
the vicious attacks.
Underneath me, that's her.
No, yeah, I know that. I saw that when it went viral, when she went viral a couple of months ago.
Okay.
That she was getting, right? Like a preference is
Now
your
this
preference.
is
You
the
like-
delusion of options, right? I didn't want to get too far off this premise, but I do like the road that we traveling. Okay. There is, let me see if I can find it. There was a place in this where we got a full body. But we got to stay where we at, right? I just didn't want people to think I lost the plot. And I think we on it. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can find this real quick. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. I can't find it.
I don't know why I feel like I'm.
And ditto that. Same thing. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank for the people that have subscribed in the last few days. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you for the subscription and the likes.
So
Close.
the lead.
No, it's good. It's better than what it is on
What up, a
video.
brother of a certain age?
So
I think that she's an ugly lady. The face is bearable. But this is the build, right?
So this her.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what got me thinking about the delusion of options. of along with the show on Sunday or Tuesday, sorry.
Okay.
Now, before we fully dive back into that, we gotta, because it's only right that we go to the next thing when we keep talking about this unprotected thing. Now, you're talking about violence against black women from the hands of black men. You're saying that the rate on which it happens to black women is exponentially more, considerably more than what white, Asian, Latino women are subject to.
Yes.
And that's
Like in the
proven. Go ahead, talk your shit. My
yeah,
bad.
like in the top 10 reasons black women die, homicide is in there. The homicide coming from majority black males, right? It's not black males in totality. This is what the research is saying. The research is saying the men that they're choosing to partner up with actually is the biggest threat. The last person to do you anything is a random man. The
Okay.
people who are harming them the most are one, their intimate partners, two, their family members, like the cousins, the uncles, the dads, things like that. So just within that way. In other races of women, homicide is in the top reason they die. It's
Okay.
not.
And they're being deleted, killed by the men that they couple with.
That they're coupled with.
So
Now it could be the rangers are at the bottom of it.
So does this go to the election process?
What you mean?
Is this the selection process electing these men?
Yeah, that's what I said. I said the offness is, remember I said earlier in this stream, the offness is you're selecting the physical powers, but if he's going to use the physical powers against you, right? That's the component that you're missing. Right? Because remember what I told you, I think thugs are more feminine than they are masculine. And I think that's why the women choose them, right? They're way more overly emotional. They're not stoic. You can't talk to them any kind of way. They're okay with the woman running around, having a job, being educated, and they don't have to work. These aren't masculine, just strong in masculinity men, right? But the thing about it is
What's going on, Sin 7 Sin? What's up, No Chaser? Let me make sure I run over here right quick and put this link inside the Discord.
what the reason why we control men's emotions, because it's not that men don't have emotions. Their emotions are more have to be controlled in society because emotional woman will cry, an emotional man will kill you. Right? That would be the results because it's a certain level of testosterone and tenacity that comes with being masculine. So his emotions not directed in the right way it will be way more chaotic. Right? So we can say that, but what do we say chaos energy is? Feminine energy, right? But when women are just chaotic, they need the masculinity to blend them. But if you add the chaos with the masculine is now being chaotic, you're gonna get disaster every time.
Okay.
So even with the losing the jobs, even with the hospitals, with the birth things, it's so many different ways. The sexual assault, right? And this is not coming from black men. This is coming from in the workplace. Black women are more likely to be sexually assaulted within the workplace, right? All of these things that are happening is happening to us. Our education systems, our programs will be cut first. Our jobs will be lost first. And there is no system protecting black women, right? And other systems are protecting the other groups of women.
Okay. So I put femicide by race. Right. It says broken down by race. You have to be careful because in the U.S. it's usually tracked under broader categories like homicide of women, intimate partner violence, gender-related killings, not always labeled explicitly as femicide. That said, the patterns are still very clear, and honestly, they tell a serious story. So it goes by with someone they know, especially intimate partners. It says black women highest victimization rate amongst all racial groups, roughly 2 to 3 times more likely to be killed than a white woman. Most common context: intimate partner, community, gun violence, spillover. This isn't just a relationship issues. It is also tied to higher exposure to violence overall in certain environments.
Mm-hmm.
White women, lower overall rate compared to black women, but still the largest number of victims because of population size. They are emphatically killed by domestic partners.
Yeah, white men are they're number one for the. You know how like when men flash out and kill the whole family?
Yes.
I forget what that's called.
Chris
I
Benoit.
think I forget. It's
Benoit syndrome.
Yeah. So they're number one for that.
So I think that this needs to be parsed out a little bit, right? However, again, when we go back to this selection process, you're coupling with people that you deem emotional. You know, how do we assess this?
They don't.
I say they like what they like. Shout out American Tradesmen. Appreciate you for coming through. I think they like what they like. Folks be calling, these emotional men, these violent dudes, these dudes that can't wait to shoot and all. They call them, the elite. That's you'll have some people that tell you that's the true masculinity. Them the soldiers right there. And since it's the most masculine, it's supposedly the most attractive. That's them making that decision and making those statements.
They don't know what safety looks like, and they're okay with not being safe as long as they're having a good time, right? Okay, so there was an article right here.
Okay.
About a woman in Chicago.
Okay.
She had 6 sons. 4 of her sons got killed. Mm-hmm. The community raised money for her to move. She didn't want to leave the block. She didn't want to leave Chicago. She don't want to leave. She don't have no sons left. They all dead. They all got killed. You know how many times we tell people that they need to leave, they need to move, they need to be able to skedaddle? You know what they say? It's boring. Woo. Don't nobody want to live nowhere where it's boring. Don't nobody want.
Woo. That's a fact. That's a fact. This, like I often say, there was the young, impulsive me, and now it's the old, thought out, calculated me. I'm not trying to get into it with nobody. I'm not trying to be no place where the drama is, but if I am at the place where the drama is, I'm kind of there. I'm kind of there. Oh, that's who it was? Shout out to Mama Duck. Shout out to Mama Duck. Oh, yeah, that's Sherelle over there on This Might Be Risky. But yeah, I know people like that. Listen, if they hear it was a shootout at the club last week, that's a club they want to go to. They want to be where all the mess is. Oh, I'm just reading. I thought, yeah, somebody just said Mama Duck. Let me see. You do this right here because, it's only one way to come into the lair. And that way is like this.
Come on in.
Plan, it's always a treat when players meet.
Salute Shyrilla. Chicago Rilla.
Tabernacle, mosque, synagogue, all of the places of gatherings where the real players gather to chop up real game, man. Hey, I might have.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say you might have been moving on to the next point. I gotta disagree with you and Sherelle on the piece where y'all are saying people actually want to stay in the hood and don't want to move.
Yeah, not all.
No, I ain't even saying all. I'm saying majority.
But the ones that I know that's about that life, they do be talking about being bored. They don't be trying to get away.
But that's a minority of people. And
everything we talk about in the streets is minorities. The rich dudes that don't get everybody, that's a minority of dudes. The tall dudes, that's a minority of dudes.
Yeah, that's a minority.
The bad bitches, that's a minority of women. Everything we talk about here is minorities.
I don't know, Nightish. I just, obviously there are people. Go ahead.
You think the majority of people got bread?
No. I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying that
the majority of people are not trying to go after the baddie that don't even like them.
Oh, you know what? No. Let's say 100% I agree with you. Let's say 100% I agree with you.
Yes.
The minority that you're naming, what is their influence on majority of the population? So when you talk about the rich, we talk about the baddies, we talk about, so on and so forth.
Well, what I want to say is that all of those people have an influence, or people would call the baddie in the place. Ted Turner didn't care that Jane Fonda was the niece of or the daughter of, or what her legacy was. His thing was, I'm Ted Turner. Burt Reynolds, somebody said that
he did care that was Peter Fonda, whatever. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Peter Fonda and Jane Fonda.
Yeah. But I mean, that Ted Turner cared. That's why that was a business proposition. But nonetheless, this is my point, because the people that have the mentality of I want to stay in the hood and this and the third, that's where we see most of the reported incidents happening, right? This is where a lot of people get their argument for black on black crime. Hey, but most of them Negroes, again, my family was working class family. We moved out of Robert Taylor's, which is one of the biggest projects that was in Chicago right around that time. Most people were moving out
That's
to the.
where Corey Holcomb is from.
He's from the Taylors. He should have stolen them. Yeah. Most people were moving out. My people moved out to Roseland, and then the white people that were in Roseland, they moved further south to what is that? South Holland.
From my understanding, listening to 18th Letters, a bunch of that stuff got condemned.
What, the projects? Yes.
Yeah,
all the projects are gone. Cabrini Green, Robert Taylor's, Otterbees, Icky's, ton of them. There's still some Henry Horner homes, I think, is still there, and the Dearborn is still there, but those are not high rise. Those are like low rise and row houses. But you talk about the good times, the Cabrini Green buildings, all them joints are gone, fam.
Yeah, so what we had here is gentrification, and what used to be projects are now condos.
1000%. So there's some
now I got grass. It's a horrible joke, but I gotta tell it because I always
go ahead.
They say where niggas stand, grass don't grow. So back
you say that all the time.
The projects, it was all dirt. It was hardly anything growing over there. And somebody saw a tree, they'd knock it down, kick it down. Richard Pryor said he did it because he used to get whooped with a switch. So when he see a tree now, he snatch them up out the ground. So now it's beautiful trees, beautiful grass, and some people are coming back, but they coming back to something that is not the hood, and they got cameras everywhere. So all the things that you used to be able to do in the dark, you can't do in the dark. And if you shoot that camera out there, have another one right back there.
Yes.
So all the things folks used to be able to do in the 80s and 90s,
can't get away with it no more. And here's the thing, Nightish, they pushing all those niggas. So all the people that say, it's only a point of contention I have with Sherelle, because even in Atlanta, I see it. When I was just down there in Atlanta. Hey man, no, they are moving Negroes out of the city. They are coming back to get all of that property, and they charging double. So like even on 43rd,
Oh yes,
even on 43rd here in Chicago, man, them jokers. There are what they call it, single family units or whatever. Man, them joints is like they look like townhouses. So you got the basement, first level, second level, and then you got rooftop access. Them jokers going for $500,000 to $1 million easy.
Yep.
But you could be downtown. You could be literally nice. You could be downtown here from there in like 10 minutes.
That's why they cost that much. Waterfront and close to downtowns.
Yeah, don't even get me
That's
started
where all
on
the money
waterfront.
goes.
Hell, Lake Michigan is prime real estate. That's going for no less than $1 million, $2 million, easy. But they moving all the Negroes out of
we
there.
have literally got sprawl because there's so much density. And like in the morning when you go to work, it's crawling. You can't move.
Oh yeah, it's a parking lot.
And after work, it's crawling. You can't move because the whole Embarcadero didn't have nothing there. Is now full of apartments because they're on the water.
Yeah, when I was just down there in Atlanta, man, they we on a Saturday at 9:00 at night. It was a parking lot on 75, 85. Man, that junk was crazy. Parking lot, and then even I was telling wifey, I said, "Oh no! I remember the back street. I could take this street over to Nah, ain't nothing moving. You backed up there too. And what's happening is they moved. Again, they're moving the Negroes out. And they pushing them out to the suburbs. And so now you got to come into the city we was there for an event. So now you got to come into the city for events. And anyway, it's insane, man. It's insane. So, but I do believe, Nightish, honestly, even those people, the decent people, and you're right, it is a minority of people. I just don't know that they have that big of an influence over the rest of the influenceable, if that's a word.
The thing is that those older people might not necessarily be a part of that lifestyle, but what they do is they enable it.
No, I agree with that 1,000%.
So we got some grandmamas that take care of the neighborhood, that'll take all of them in and let them smoke weed in the backyard and all other stuff because she just don't want to be alone.
Yeah, no, I agree with you that. And think she's a cool grandma. Yeah.
The so-called good people enable a lot of this stuff.
No, that's fair. That part is fair. In terms of the grandma trying to be the cool grandma, you know, and they know they can go over to her house and they can package, and I don't even know what they're selling. They ain't even selling like real dope. They selling like pills and stuff right now.
Oh yeah. That and that's what I'm saying. All those things of old that people try to make seem like, because I was talking to somebody, I forget who that was, and I said, I don't think there'll ever be the teenage kingpin like it was in the 80s or whatever. I think that's over. The
teenage king, yeah.
Because somebody was up here earlier talking about it wasn't I said yes, it was. Most of them people was kids that y'all don't understand when y'all be talking about Gen X. By the time folks got 18, 19, they had a little bread, but they started when it was like 12, 13 in the street.
Yeah, cats don't know. Yeah.
And if you look back at these stories, even when you look at Freeway Rick is old now, but he'd been in jail for 20-some years. So when did he go? He went when he was like 20-something, right? In fact, even your revolutionaries and all that other stuff was all young folks. So them student Negro, what was it?
Oh, yeah.
All
I mean, you got to think
was kids.
Yeah, I mean, Fred Hampton was, he got out of here at 21. You know, and think about the impact and the legacy that he left. We still talk about him to this day. But yes, also to your point, when you think about Hoover, I don't know how old Tukey was when he went in. When you think about Hoover, you think about Jeff Ford, you think about Mickey Cogwell,
these are all young people.
Yeah, they were young. Yeah, they was young forming these situations, and then they
was in there getting football numbers. So of course you're gonna get big as a house.
But then think about the dope dealers around that time, and you putting thousands of dollars in shorty. My block was a Neutron block, and the GDs came over there from 110. And one of the guys that stayed right across the street from me, hey man, that joker was moving big weight, and we was the same age. He dropped out sophomore year. I'm a square L7 that's still going to school. He dropped out to move that work. You know, now you talking
Well,
about
I always call
10.
that the tortoise and the hare.
Yes. Oh, 1000%. I mean, you know, we who's that? Aesop Fables, all those stories.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying that to say,
No, but what I'm saying is he may have been the man back then, but you
yes,
slowly.
yeah, we switch places now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, it's crazy. Me and him had that conversation. Like, man, I wish I would have kept my head on straight, because it was a silent competition. What people from the outside looking in, he would get all the females, you know, within our radius, within, you know, Finger, Harlan. These are all high schools. Finger, Harlan, Corliss, Julian, like all those high schools within our proximity. Yeah, he get those. I was in Hyde Park. I was blocks away bringing bad chicks back. Where you meet her? So you understand what I'm saying? Like, and I worked for my money, so it wasn't that much of a distinction. Other than when he wanted to trick on females, he could. Fair enough, right? But now we have reverse roles. And the other thing I was gonna say, Nice, before you keep it pushing, putting thousands of dollars. I mean, we was like 16, 17, 18. You talking about tens of thousands of dollars in a homie pocket. And he's a neutron. He not gangbanging, but he got the backing of the GDs off 110. Man, that's a recipe for disaster. I mean, he avoided a lot of stuff. He got to retire and get out the game, and I think he's driving trucks now. But yeah, man.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that was a hell of a time. The whole thing about it, but you know, to look back on it now and see that, you know, there's nothing from it. Not a detail shop, not a car wash,
nothing. No laundromat, no nothing.
It was like that was a time, and it went.
Wait, but Nighties, you was in the game for a little bit too, right?
When I was a kid.
Yeah. What happened with you? Like, why didn't you?
I got married.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I got stabbed when I was 19.
Right.
No. I got shot when I was 19. I got stabbed when I was 20. I kept going to jail, so I wasn't good at it.
Okay,
I was horrible at it. They'd be like, "That's a roller." I'm getting that $20 anyway. I never care about none of that stuff. I'm taking the risk.
Yeah.
Y'all can be out here scared and holding on to stuff and trying to. Yeah. I was trying to get whatever. Yeah, I was bad at it. I was a horrible criminal.
Got you. But when you got married, you said, "Okay, let me exit stage left."
No, I exit stage left before I got married.
Oh, okay.
I exit stage left when she got pregnant. I was 22, she was 20.
Okay.
Yeah, after she had my daughter and I went away, I was like, I can't go back and still be in that same stuff because now I'm endangering my family.
Yeah.
So I went cold turkey. They were like, "Nigga, you'll be back." I said, "No, I will not."
But then what happened to the bread? Like, even for you, you're saying, "Hey, we didn't parlay, or the dope boys didn't parlay that into, you know, businesses that they could pass down, or business that would."
The last decent amount of money I had went to an attorney.
Got you.
And that was the last money I had. When I came
they
back,
don't never tell us about that part. They don't never tell us that part. Now, why they don't tell us about the retainer fees and all that?
The retainer was 15 G's, and then the fight the case was another 15. So that was that.
Why they don't never tell us about that? They tell us about everything else.
Oh well, yeah. That lawyer retainer fee.
Shout out to the shout out.
And then when I came back, it was all bad.
Got you.
So I had to pretty much do physical labor.
Oh, that's why you got into the construction like that?
No, the family was doing it, but I walked away from doing that stuff to get, you know, in the street because the physical, when I first started. So for example, I used to work with my father's uncle and he had contracts with the city. So I used to wake up early in the morning. This is the uncle that lived in his, you know, this big ass house under his house with a crackhead prostitute that he was in love with. His wife and kids didn't live very far from this other house. They were, she was like elegant, educated, and to see he left his wife to go be with that crackhead used to throw me off when I was younger. But yeah, that man had contracts with the city of Oakland. So I used to go over there early in the morning and water the flowers in his nursery. And we
wait, this wasn't the uncle that produced the Giants, was it? This wasn't your the one you be showing the pictures of with the two cousins you got. You said one of them.
Oh no,
broke your back. That's not that
him.
uncle.
I worked with him too, though. They did demolition.
Okay.
And they got like scrap iron and metal and stuff. So we used to spend a lot of time at Schnitzer's, selling copper and brass and stuff we took out of house. You know, back in the days, those frames and those apartments and stuff was aluminum frames, and the pipes was copper. So we would do that stuff, and then they end up getting junkyard. That's my father's other uncle. Now this one I'm talking about lived on 40th and West. So he had these contracts with the city of Oakland. So we used to go and plant the plants for the schools and office buildings, city buildings. So we got a big long flatbed truck, and we taking probably 300-400 ferns and whatever else, and digging these holes and planting these trees, and then taking sod and laying the grass, setting up the sprinkler systems. And I'm super young when this is happening. So we were working till I had calluses, and I wasn't. I was probably 12, 13. So yeah, hard labor. Let me see. Let's get back to it.
Want to live nowhere where it's not in the mix. They will avoid safety if it's not cool.
How honest can you be?
You know the club gets shot up all the time, but you still there.
Yeah, because that's they local club. They got to go back to the local club, but I had to, have the King's entrance. So let's hit him up with his King's entrance. Let's turn this up. Bam.
Yeah. I'm gonna know love. King grip beat, one in a layer. Big sound, big smoke, big style in the ear. Stepping clean, yeah, the whole thing rare. Him boy pin the fire everywhere. King repeat, one in a layer. Big sound, big smoke, big style in the ear. Stepping clean, yeah, the whole thing rare. Him boy bring the fire everywhere. Walk through the doorway, fresh from the gate. Whole room shift when the king vibrate. Shoes them clean and the chain them blaze. Everybody locked in when they touch the place. Smoke curl high, baseline roll deep. Sound system alive, now nobody wants sleep. Gold light flash when they pass through clean. Top rank style, yeah, him born for the scene. No long talk, just pressure and grace. Cool like night, but fire in a face. Every girl stare, every brethren nod. Whole year light up when the general trod. From the front to the back, make the whole place sway. When the rhythm drop hard, everybody get brave. Hands up high, let the sound boy know. King rapid on the vibe, let the whole thing go.
Shout out to the King in the building. Shout out to the King in the building.
Shout out to Rabbit Woman. Hey, that's fire. That's on some more Bogle and not a dancehall sin.
Yeah.
That's that heel toe action. I was saying, I don't know what button I clicked and made myself drop off. I was saying, God dog, I feel like I'm interviewing you now, but I did have one more question.
Yeah,
in terms of, so even for your expertise, and the money that you was able to get out the game or whatever, how come that didn't translate or get passed down through the generations, whether it was your seeds or your nephews or cousins or whoever, younger cousins or whatever?
I didn't talk about it.
Okay. Yeah.
Then when it was talked about, and they try to confront me about it, I'm like, well, I don't even know what the confrontation is. You could have asked me. I could have told you when you got to a certain age, but when you was younger, I wasn't trying to bring that to your head because I'm not trying to normalize it and make it seem like the thing to do.
Yeah.
I didn't even talk about it. And when they talked to me about it, they was trying to, say, well, we heard you did this. And I said,
because of what they heard. Oh, yeah. That's the word.
Yeah. It's okay, though. It's all right.
No, indeed.
Is, what do you know me for?
Yeah.
So cool, you heard about what I did when I was 14 to 22. I would really say from 10 to 22, but 14 to 22. What's the point there? It was before any of you were born. You have never seen, nobody coming in here doing that. You ain't never seen no negative actions like that. You don't hear talking about it is a badge of honor. So what's the point?
Yeah, understood.
So yeah, that was pretty simple.
No,
I mean, they could try to drag it, but I don't really care about dragging. I came on here and talked about it. It was probably my first video. Second video was about having a kid. Third video was about after my wife passed. And every one of those videos, I talked about that way before we got to the Black House, way before I got to the Black House. All that stuff was thrown in my face as soon as I got in these places. Aren't you the one that got that video, they say? And that's why, if you thin skin, don't talk about nothing you don't want to be thrown back in your face, because all of it will be.
That's interesting.
The DJ gets shot up.
But that's the case. If you talk or they saw something on here, I mean, that's why people keep dragging a lot. They didn't drag everybody up.
Yeah, that's why I thought you was going to next, like with all the commentary and drama that's been happening in these adjacent spaces later. As of late, not later, but as of late with stuff you put online. Hey man,
it's still there. All you gotta go back and look at them videos.
Yeah, and hey, was that you up here talking earlier about people that got stuff in their phone from years ago? It's like, why would you have?
Yep.
Like, why would you have that? So you put it up and you think you're gonna delete scrub. No, them people done clipped it. They already got it saved and they waiting on the opportune time.
Yep. They Hassan Campbell in you.
That's a fact. Dang, shout out to Hassan.
Because look, you playing we on Bomb Channel and she's saying something to JP about something, and he went scrolling through his phone. I'm like, you gonna scroll down to something from 3 years ago, 4 years ago? How's it? I guess you got multiple phones and you just keeping them with that information, because that's the only way it makes sense to me.
Diabolical, G. Because I think you were saying, and I just had to do this with my phone when I was in Puerto Rico, but he was like, man, I purged my phone. I'm like, yep. Shoot, for me, I mean, sometimes you run out of room, so I have to purge it, but
I don't even be running out of room. I just don't have that. I really don't talk that much outside of this YouTube space. You like, you need to have some friends, you need to this, and it's just a little, because what I come from, it's just a little too much drama, and I really don't be caring about all these different. I remember being in the street, and we had to know everything about everything, and everybody had to talk about everybody, and it became a drain to me. I'm not a lady. I don't want to gossip. So now I don't know who's really doing what. So if that's whatever kid or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
And this is in my city, and he's on these. But I don't know what the newest gangs is. I hear about it on YouTube. This gang is this, and these gangs come together, and this is this, and what else. Nice. What do you think about it? Is it horrible? Is it scary out there? Maybe it's me, but no. People still catching the bus. People still catching the BART, which is Bay Area Rapid Transit. You gotta on a bus to go to the station. Yes.
Yeah, Fruitvale.
People still doing that. They're not. I mean, you gotta walk and sit at the bus stop.
Yeah, same up here. I mean, it's this. I think if you was up here, Nighters, you would feel the same way. Like it's the same. Like it's your city. You know it. You know what I'm saying. You not new to it. You true to it. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, from the outside looking in, oh, this, that, and the third happening. But those areas where that stuff happening, I know where that's happening. I'm not even over there. Yeah. So I don't know what y'all acting scary for.
Even some of the places they say all this stuff is happening at, I've been there too. It depends on what family member house I'm at determines what store I may be going to. I'm not finna go all the way to Costco or Safeway when I'm at family member's house. I'm probably gonna go to whatever the local store is. I'm gonna be at Booker's. Booker's is such a. I'm gonna be at apartment.
Yeah, but you're not walking around there like you a tourist or something. You understand what I'm saying? You from that, right? That's what I'm saying with these people when they come here with the foolishness and the nonsense. Like, no, just act like you belong. I want to tell my son, they walking around like their head wasn't even on the swivel. He was just walking around like looking like he's curious. No, hey man, act like you belong here. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, act like you belong here. Mind your business and keep it moving.
And the cold part about it, I dress like this every day. This is not some YouTube. Clothing. These are the clothes that I have.
Well,
So
for
when
people that pay
see me,
attention, they
whatever,
should know that.
so
Yeah.
I'm in a button down. I'm in my leather jacket. I got my hats on. Everybody seems like this all the time. I don't care, you know. It is what it is. Somebody say, "Why you walk around?" I'm like, "Why you feel like you supposed to?" That's another one that be throwing me off a little bit. Why do you think you got to be dressed in black and fatigued like you and actively in something? I'm not wearing no. I don't have no Nike Tech nothing. This is a joke when you see this little avatar. Sir Knight, where is it at? Let me see.
Yeah, I know which one you talk about with the Pooh Shiesty you got on.
This is a joke. This is a joke. At best, I've had a damn face mask during that time, but I don't walk around like this. And I'm kind of a colorful person, so my clothes are, you know, colorful. And I'm like this when I'm going to the community college and everything. So it is what it is. And then I didn't realize that the community college was pretty much jail. I'm talking to, okay, yeah, you know, part of my probation I have to go do. I'm like, how many jailbirds is at this school? Then I'm listening to them. A condition of my welfare is I got to come here and learn something. I'm like, so is a whole school like welfare people in jail? The community college. I'm ignorant to it all. I'm just walking down there. So it is what it is, man.
Indeed. I know you got to get back to the video. I just wanted to ask that last question. I felt like I was interviewing.
No, I'm finna be here for a second. We got a couple of videos to get through. We're just starting with this one. Starting with the illusion of options.
Was this today or yesterday?
This was earlier today. I saw the end part of it. I didn't know who they were talking about. I'm just now realizing they were talking about the girl on Pop the Balloon.
Okay.
Still there. You know that this place right here is a high percentage for you to be harmed, but you are always there.
So, how serious and honest can we be in this conversation?
We can be always serious and honest.
So, like, and I'm asking, right? Because we always look at who loses their life, right? And we skip to the end. Do we look at the process? Do we look at the decisions? Or is it instant victim blaming? If I make a decision to do a thing and my bungee cord snaps, if my parachute don't work, and I'm conscious, do people say, damn, he shouldn't have went out like that? Or damn, that's fucked up that parachute ain't work?
A lot of people be saying, damn, he shouldn't have went out like that, or he shouldn't, or she shouldn't have. A lot of time, I've never heard so much disrespectful, rude stuff as I've heard in the last 15 years. All the things that we used to consider, you know, normal, like get up when you see an old lady or you see a woman with kids, carrying a bag, opening the door, all them things that was kind of like normal. I've been cussed out for holding the door.
Man, look, I just went to vote early. We know it's our primaries today, so I went to vote earlier. Man, I'm definitely holding the door for Nana. Nana was like, "Oh no, I got a young man. No, I got you." Let her go in front of me the whole nine. Why? Because the women and children, you know, the women and the elders. That was the priority. And so, yeah, I think it downright get discouraging, man. Sometimes I'm a bit choppy with y'all because I try and, you know, keep.
No, I understand what you're saying. I was literally at that community college where a young man cussed the woman out that was setting up something that was in the auditorium area, and he was trying to feed the people who helped set up first. And that man lost his mind. And me looking at everybody else like look down. I'm like, damn, ain't nobody gonna say nothing.
Ain't nobody
I don't
gonna
see the
say
hero
nothing.
role no more like when I was younger. So I'm just looking at this man full-fledged cuss this woman out. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. And ain't nobody saying a word. And then when I got on here and started listening, man, you better stop jumping in front of, you know, you don't know what's going on. I hear so many people on here like, you know, that's a grown ass woman. She making her decision. Why she in the man's face? I'm like, man. I said, you know, So the grift is fuck these bitches, I guess. I just can't do the grift.
I'll tell you something. I did. Let me see. Somebody trying to call me. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
I will tell you this though, because I fluctuate. I listen to you a lot of times, and I'm like, damn, like we toast, we cook. I did listen to the Youngblood classic codes or whatever. I was listening to him. I was like, okay, it might be a little bit of hope, because he definitely sounds like he's from the low end, and he been involved with some things, but he also sounds like he got some sense in that he has read and still stick to the true code. Well, not the true code, but the code of women and children first. But it just amazes me, to your point, sometimes. Even when I was down in Atlanta, man, them cats, jump on the martyr. Y'all got Bart out there. They got martyr down there in Atlanta. And them jokers, Elder gets on the train, and them jokers ain't moving. Like, and what? So what? It's crowded. I'm tired too. Like,
yeah, I forget what they call that thing in Oregon. The Max. They have something called the Max.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? That now that's a whole nother story, man. Now I'm in my old man phase, not telling these random stories. Going in that cat. I was leaving Portland when I used to work for Adidas. I was out there on a trip, and I had to take the train into the airport. And sure enough, when I had took the train, I guess it was either another train or whatever. I was in close proximity to the dude that took old girl that was a Muslim up out of here. I don't know if you remember that story. But come to find out later, I was in close, like either a train or a cart away or something like that. I was like, God, dog, man. Dirty game with a nasty name out here, man. People got no heart, no emotion, no empathy, no feelings. It's just literally at times every person for themselves.
And that's all I be saying. That's all I be saying. I don't even want to take nobody home, because, like I said, there are small pockets of people that are responsible like that, but it seems like small pockets to me.
What happens when Generation X joins the ancestors, Nidish?
I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? You see how you just said that? That's the part that concerns me. That's the part that concerns me, G.
It feels like a lot of people aren't even having these discussions. This is a non-discussion for them altogether.
I literally consider, my uncles I hold in high regard, right? But then when I think about my granddad, I don't want to disappoint him. And so it's literally like, I got cousins that didn't grow up with him, so they don't have the same, they got the softer him. You see what I'm saying? Like for me, I got the
generation where they start whooping kids and stuff.
Man, yeah. He called them the beanies, man. He didn't lay a finger on them jokers, man. So they think it's all soft, and I'm like, nah, that was Mufasa, y'all tweaking, right? But I just know that, like, when me, my sister, my cousin Tay, hey man, when we go, man, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be bad for a lot of black families, man. For a lot of black families, especially families that choose to embrace exceptional individualism over community or communal efforts. It's gonna be bad out here, G. Really is.
You don't think there's no young folks that are stand up?
There are, but they're not in the. I don't even think they're in the Malcolm Gladwell 10% of tipping point to influence some of the other ones, right? Because the easiest thing right now is to be debaucherous, to be rebellious, and that's what appears to get celebrated and rewarded. And so that's what it looks like to me that they celebrating right now.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. So if it's a minority that's really doing that, and the other people are enabling or celebrating and rewarding it, that's kind of where we coming from. That's pretty much where we finna go in this illusion of selection or whatever. What's the name of the damn show? Illusion of Options.
Okay, Illusion of Options. That's a decent title.
Yeah, because the lady, they're saying, is not very appealing, but she's talking to dudes like, she was almost talking to them dudes like Jay Prince was talking to them women when he went on the Pop the Balloon.
Oh man, I gotta see this. I didn't see Half Show earlier. I saw the tail end of it.
Did you see when Jay Prince went on the Pop the Balloon?
In Milwaukee?
I don't know where he went. Where it was at?
Where they popped him, like as soon as he came out, they popped it on him. Thank you, sis.
Yeah. And then he said all that wild stuff to him.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
What's going on, Studio Mansions? Yeah, that's all I be saying. Look at what we doing.
They're gonna say Diamond's fucked up that the parachute didn't work. Why? Because it's a sport. Because it's something, right? Black people, we love to say people, you know what I'm saying? Somebody driving a nice car, and they looking flashy and they get robbed. Well, we don't care about the thief. We don't care about correcting people. We don't care about correcting people who harm people. But we do care about making sure that the people that get harmed understand that it was your fault you got harmed. Your woman gets raped. Why were you dressed like that? Why are you outside dressed like that? That's what the slut walk is about, right? So we'll make sure that the accountability is going to be on the person that gets harmed. When a man gets to a certain level of success, why are you buying food in the hood? Why are you posting your look? Why are you going live? Because regular people living their lives have to be so on guard because there are bad people trying to come around and harm you. And we don't address bad people enough. We just address the people.
That's the thing about my family. Me personally, I never posted stuff live while I'm in restaurants, whatever else, because I don't want to just but I go visit my cousin and everything is we on camera, we on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm getting the picture.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to be on live, you can't go hang around her and her family because this is all finna be documented.
You went out
in the door. You
what
can't hear
does
me?
that mean?
You can't hear me?
Check.
I hear you. I can hear you.
Check.
Yeah,
Night, is that me or that's you? You went out?
No, can you hear me?
And I see Nightish on camera, man. If y'all can hear the sound of my voice, man, make sure y'all send some contribution for the Box Wine Fund. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notifications. Make sure you're doing all the things as we rebuild this channel and proceed to give you what you need in 2026.
Yeah.
Nightish, I can hear the music. I just can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm talking now. More of what you're funkin' for.
Who are getting harmed to make sure that, hey, you shouldn't have your location on. Oh, you shouldn't have wore that chain. It's always going to be correction for them.
Yeah. Because those are the people that are
sensitive. Now I can't hear Sherelle, and I don't know if the audience can hear.
So if I'm in an environment and I don't tuck my chain, I'm going to say, damn, I should have tucked my chain. If I don't got the hammer on me outside and I get caught lacking, I got caught lacking because I understand the rules and I'm around people who are misbehaving, psychopathic, sociopathic. I'm the one with sense. So I'm the one that you can reason with, and to be reasonable, right? To the reasonable makes the most sense. That's just how it got.
It makes the most sense to you as a reasonable person, right? But the people who typically do that, you know what they do? They're the people that look down on niggas in the hood. That's the ones who start to separate themselves. That's the ones who don't want to help niggas. That's the ones that we want to call Uncle Toms and coons and all of this shit. When people start to recognize the behavior patterns of certain groups of people in certain environments, it say, that's them niggas. Them niggas is like that. When you black, you a coon. When you white, you a racist. When you other racist, you're a racist for calling out the bullshit that we see, right? But it's happening and it's not gonna stop happening.
Yeah, okay, I understand.
And people who get smarter will remove themselves, and everybody who don't want to get smart will be displayed. You will be.
That's wild. Anybody in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear Sherelle. Test. Put a 1 in the chat.
I can hear you now.
Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear Sherelle. Anybody? No chaser. Rapid. Sin. Studio. Anybody? Testing. Put a
She
one in
on
the
mute.
hear us. Huh?
She on mute. Sherelle on. Well, pause. You
Yeah,
got
I
to
know she
pause.
on mute. I'm trying to see if they can hear. Okay, no chaser.
Okay,
Put a
got
one out there. So yeah, they can hear. Okay.
All right. Heard. My bad.
To display to show other people why they need to remove themselves. But we all have a role to play. You choose what role you want to play. Are you going to be the one screaming and hollering in front of the other people because you touched the stove, and that lets everybody else know I don't want to touch the stove? Because if that's who you need to be, then that's who you will be, right? We had a generation of women who were married, right? And maybe they took whatever reason the next generation, because why we never talk about how the fact that majority of these black kids that come from 2-parent homes, they be the leaders of single parent homes. They jump right out of 2-parent home and say fuck that legacy, right? Because that's what happened. We're talking about millennials, right? But baby boomers started that wave. Baby boomers started the baby mama baby daddy train, right? They said we was too young when they was marrying us off at 15. My grandparents was married off at 15. And then you know what we had? Teen pregnancies.
Well, but the people, I mean, now that may have been true 60 years, 70 years ago, but now damn near everybody born out of wedlock. So I don't know if that's the gravy train anymore. You saying initially somebody that came from a 2-parent home had to start the trend.
Yeah. Somebody who came from a 2-parent home, they generated us. Right? Because the generations before us generate us. So a bunch of 2-parent home people generated a bunch of kids out of wedlock. Then we had the women who had all the children as teenagers, and we watched them be on display. They even put the shit on MTV. Bet you we not dealing with teen pregnancy like that no more. They making it broadcasting this baby mama thing. More women every day are choosing to say they're either not having kids out of wedlock or they're not having kids at all. We have never seen this influx. We think that it's not happening, but the numbers are showing the birth declines. The birth rate isn't climbing the same. Because people are putting the dysfunctions on display, and it's giving people reason and to remove themselves. But the dysfunction gonna be there.
Interesting. So what are they actually having to come to? Our good brother that made it to the build-on. Let's make sure we pull him up. There's only one way to come in the layer.
Come on in.
Playing, it's always a treat when players leave.
Why, good evening, Lord ADS. Sir Lord ADS.
What up, Niners? What up, at Chicago?
Oh, Kentucky in the building.
What up?
Wait, he from Kentucky?
ADS, ain't you from Kentucky? Am I off on that?
Born and raised in Henderson, Kentucky. Spent about 10 years.
I thought he was a tether. You're not a tether?
No, sir. No, sir. I mean,
listen, Lord ADS, forgive me.
I was just through that. ADS, I was just on 65 driving through that.
Or something.
You thought he was in a retrend? You tweaking, Nice?
Yeah, you tweaking, brother. I spent my summers in Chicago, Illinois, up north. No saying.
I just drove through Louisville. Sure enough. I just drove through Louisville, man. I get tired of that bridge. Every time I'm going to Atlanta or Nashville, fam, that bridge when you leave Indiana and come into Louisville, and they got that doggone toll, and they don't tell you it's there until you get the bill later.
Brother, there's ways around that bridge, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I saw that too. It takes me 30 minutes out, so I don't want to, you know. But shout out to you, famo.
Yeah, brother. You was down here a couple days ago?
Yeah, we was I was in Atlanta for the weekend, man. So yeah, I was up there through Kentucky, man. Hink out that way too, man. I said I gotta stop through there one of these days, man.
Yeah, Hink was supposed to eat some booze a long time ago.
From Kentucky?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, let me grab this. My man's bringing this package. Let me grab this package real quick.
This is really talk a few minutes back, man. You're absolutely right. Remember, I see, and people don't be listening to me because they say I ain't got no type of celebrity right behind my name.
No, you do have a little bit. You add value to shows. Who told you that lie?
Man, people crazy. But I was telling, man, gentrification, bro, is serious business for black people. You know what I'm saying? Globalization, you bringing all these folks in. You know what I'm saying? And then the feminization of it all, right? That's progressive stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? That's serious stuff. That's our demise.
Well, but aren't you a part of the famo that don't want to get married? You just want to crush
Hell
it?
no. Hell no, man. I've been trying to get married now, shit, for the last 10, 15 years. Just ain't found nobody trustworthy enough. You know, these women ain't trustworthy out here, bro. They ain't loyal. They ain't faithful. I ain't putting no ring on nobody's finger, go straight to the divorce court next day. Take half a little bit of stuff I got, but yeah, I'm up for marriage.
ADS said these pros ain't loyal. Hey, Nightish.
Yeah.
Nightish, for point of clarity, real quick, because she said boomers. So, and I'm way too old for this. Boomers is the generation before us, right? And then the generation before the boomers is the silent generation.
Yeah. My father's silent generation. My mother's a boomer. Was a boomer.
Yeah, my mom's is okay. My mom's and then will be included in that generation.
I think
okay, so the boomers
years older than my mother.
So that's interesting though, because it was the boomers that saw the silent generation and rejected that notion. Is that what you're saying?
The silent generation were the kids. They had to create child labor laws behind. The silent generation had no toys. Remember, the silent generation treated the boomers like little brothers and sisters because they never felt like they had a childhood. So when you start talking about people who had no childhood, that would be the silent generation.
That would be the silent generation.
So what they did is they overcorrected when it came to their kids. So they
to the boomers.
They spoiled the boomers. So a lot of time when people are upset with the boomers, they're upset with the boomers because the boomers were kind of spoiled. Those are the parents that was really like being being friends with their kids. So the dads were kind of like they say, kids are to be seen and not heard and whatever else. Yeah, they didn't live long because they were trying to give them everything. So the reason why Big Mama had the house is because granddad didn't live that long. I never saw none of them.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think these people just look for somebody to blame for bad decisions the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got too loose. Nobody thought about
it was bad decisions.
I mean, no. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, listen to Sherelle and them, man. To me, it's just a series of bad decisions that keep making bad decisions, right? That come to this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what you know why the silent generation and those people like the boomers marriages did work for a subset amount of time? Because they were mostly arranged for the most part. You got my parents met at their parents' party. You know what I'm saying? They was 14, 15 years old when they met. They said it was at their parents' party. You know what I'm saying? That's how they met. They went to a room and it took them almost, so it took 3 or 4 people coming in to get them to get out of there, right? Because they still talking so long and just dancing, enjoying the night. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a blessing that you even know that. You know how many families don't talk?
Really?
Yeah. Because see, when you so my father's a silent generation, so he's a much older man. So his attitude was the attitude of kids to be seen and not heard. So he almost was grunting when I was younger. He didn't tell me nothing. So I remember I used to talk about this story. I lived on 40th and West, and I was coming home to what is like it's a garage, and then a little part in the back where the hot water heater is, and all that. So like a utility closet. So I used to live there. He was managing that property and properties. So he used to always tell me when I was younger, we're going to the boss's house. You know who the boss was? I ended up finding who the boss was.
Who?
My great grandmother.
Oh.
So I used to wonder why I used to be over there. She had an organ in the living room. Everything was covered in plastic runners all over the carpet. So I used to always go and play this organ. He used to tell me, leave the organ alone. She said, let that baby play that organ. Leave him alone. I'm just thinking this is, his boss. I didn't realize who she... Look, when I found out she was my great-grandmother at my wedding. When she came to the wedding, she said, come here, baby, give me a hug. I'm like, oh, why is your boss here?
Really?
She said, why are you calling me the boss? Because your grandson... Your your grandson didn't tell me you was my great grandmother. And then I started seeing all the people around her and whatever else. So now I'm 24 when I find this. I'm like, what is that about? Why wouldn't you tell me that was my great grandmother? And whereas my great grandmother on my mother's side, everybody said, who this is. So on my mother's side, I knew all this, but on my father's side, I didn't know hardly half of them people. I knew my aunts because I knew my grandmother, and everybody used to be at her house when I was little. So when I was like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, we always would congregate over there on the weekends. All the aunts, all the brothers. So it's 5 boys, and I want to say 8 girls. So it's 13 of them all together, counting my father. So
my father's family knew each other well, man. They just go barbecues on the weekend, man. Beers, goat, all that good stuff. Chicken on the grill. We all chill out. You know what I'm saying? Get your piece of chicken, get your piece of goat.
Yeah, they never crossed paths when I was younger. My grandmother on my mother's side, and even my grandmother's sister side of the family didn't mess with us. They had some kind of light skin, dark skin thing they was going through. Because my grandmother's sister, Doll Baby, was a very dark skinned lady. Now we used to go visit Doll Baby, but Doll Baby never visited us. And that side of the family didn't really come around either.
My daddy's side is the high yellow mixed niggas, the barges type with that curly hair and all that good jazz, those pretty boys type.
Yeah.
And my mama's side, saying they the black people. They the real black people. We talking about dog, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So between the two, they would talk and consort all the time, but they, the one thing I loved about, my grandparents is they was cool. They didn't care about that light skin, dark skin stuff at all. You know what I'm saying?
Man, there was an issue in my family.
They didn't care about it at all.
The whole thing about fair eyes and good hair and all this BS. What's going on, Governor Ryan? What's going on, Robert W? Yeah, so that used to be a thing when I was younger. I used to, that used to bother me when I was a kid. I used to and I'm not light complected. I'm brown pretty much. So I wasn't really light skinned, but to them I was. And they used to have discussions about me and the family around us. When I look back on it today, you are not supposed to do that to children.
Man, that's one thing good about the country life, man. Black is black. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, black was black. You know what I'm saying? No matter what your features was, if you was a black man, you was a black man. That's all that mattered. Because at the end of the day, that's how they gonna treat you. Right? Outside of us, that's how they handle us. They don't care about all this crazy, you light skin, you dark skin. They see a black man, you know what I'm saying, in whatever form he's in, and they treat him as such. So I don't understand why we do this within our own selves, within our own community. It's crazy.
I don't know, but I remember them telling us when we were super young that, my 2 brothers was going to have to protect themselves extra. They was going to have to be, do something 10 times more than somebody else. They used to tell me, they used to kind of like shoot me to the side. You little fair skin, got nice hair, pretty eyes. Someone going to take care of you. I'm like, how are you telling a 9-year-old this, an 8-year-old? So whenever it was like events, they would take my brothers and them like, yeah, we're going to take y'all to Great America because we know society is going to be mean to y'all. You'll get your benefits later on.
I was a fat kid with freckles. I knew wasn't nobody going to take care of me. I knew that from the jump.
You was a fat kid?
Fat kid with freckles, bro. Yeah.
Skinny. We were tiny. But no food around really. And back then. So that's what I liked about going to my father's mother house. You was gonna eat there. They had
people always
freezers and a garage full of cinnamon rolls, sodas. That grandmother, you was gonna eat.
Yeah, I mean, my people always had crazy food. They went deer hunting, fishing all the time, man. We got hogs, bro. There was always food in the refrigerator. If there wasn't no food in the refrigerator, there was food in the freezer. They take go get something out of the freezer.
Yeah.
Unthaw it. Yeah.
So all the kids is there. So it's like a potluck. It ain't nothing but a bunch of stuff that once it cool off is gonna be gelatinous because it's ham hocks and chitlins and greens and cornbread and pies, and every weekend was like a holiday. We'd start off over there early, and we'd probably get sandwiches, and then get kicked out the house, go play in the yard or in the street, while they in there playing pity pat and tongue and drinking and listening to blues. Or we was designated to the garage. They would leave the front garage open. But you wasn't gonna be in that main house until it was time to get that pallet put down and everybody lay on that floor and go to sleep.
Nah, man, for me, I spent weekends over my grandmama's house. My granddaddy told me I was his favorite even as a child. I remember, man, waking up to Saturday morning, man, with fried rabbit and eggs, you know what I'm saying, homemade biscuits, bro. I remember them days, bro. That rabbit
We used to stay over there for the weekend.
hitting in the morning.
We used to stay over there for the weekend. You know, they used to bring like vans and RVs that they had beds inside of. Yeah, we used to stay there. Sometimes we used to go to Madeira. They had like some land down there, and a house that was like kind of slapped together it was a house, but it was kind of like a shed more. How could you describe it? It looked old. It was kind of slapped together. It wasn't, the best. Then a few years later, they bought a bigger house down the road from, because I remember walking to get to the other house, the one that was more modern. So yeah, man, big family. And then once my grandmother passed away, they split into two factions. Like, a lot of them say with this auntie in the group, and others say with this auntie in the group. It was usually the aunties holding the family together.
That kind of happened when my people passed. My granddaddy passed, they called him Rooster. Rooster passed and things started changing, right? You know what I'm saying? And the demographic. That's when the family started splitting up, man. Granddaddy, man, God bless Granddaddy Green, brother. Rooster.
Yeah,
Man, real Chicago, dude. Real Chicago.
His father's name was
Straight
Lead
from
Belly.
Chicago. Yeah.
I don't know why they call him Lead Belly. But let's get back to the whole illusion of options. Yeah, we want to get up here to when the people. Shout out to Sherelle.
It's kind of the sentiment, but this is the thing. I don't understand why it's a perfect time for women to explore their freedoms, right? Mm-hmm. They're gonna have to handle the consequences severely, right? Mm-hmm. And y'all are still trying to jump in and save them from themselves. I believe that everybody that needs to self-destruct needs to self-destruct in front of everybody so that people can learn. Mm-hmm. Am I off the panel now?
No, you good. I'm just fixing. I got you.
Remember, I told you they had the team ops. Mm-hmm. We're not doing that no more. Mm-hmm. People are going to learn from your mistakes. People are going to learn from the mistakes of others, and those are the people that need to move out and move up, and they will. Because you can't control them. You can't tell them nothing. You gotta let them burn. And it's funny how y'all want to correct the majority of them if y'all still saying the majority of them.
It's, what's crazy though? As harsh as that sounds, that kind of is what it is.
No, I don't believe that. I think the vast majority of people just
You don't think you gotta let them people go?
I think there are certain. I think there's a good slot for the group who's just really misguided, man. Because you got think about this. Think about what they've been through, right? As people, you know, what I'm saying, raised in single mother households, raised by.
Yeah, we are. So let's stay right there. I was raised in a single mother household. So I mean,
most people don't have the capacity to overcome those type of factors and trauma.
What is it to overcome, though?
It's about finding your path, right? With no guidance. That's what it really comes down to. Because we're underdeveloped, right? And home training is out the window in a lot of black households. Ain't no home training there. It's just them learning upon the way as they you know, saying how they figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So there's really no guidance there for those people, man. When things fall apart for a lot of them folks, man, they don't know what to do. They just panic. You know what I'm saying? It starts to form in kind of animalistic, primitive ways, right? Because that's all they know to do. Versus, you know, saying there's a slot for them, especially a slot for the black women who can be salvaged.
That's unfortunate. That is truly unfortunate. But yeah, I thought when I got this place, I got cousin. Everybody be talking about they ain't got no place to go and whatever else. We could all live up. Nope. Nope. Brought my brother here. Nope. This man went to jail for 3 months and came back and was like, I don't owe you for them 3 months. What? It was really a what for me, brother. You've been gone for 3 months. All your stuff is in the room. So what did you want me to do? Where is I supposed to put this stuff? Yeah.
When you sending me money to put it in storage, if this is coming out of my pocket, I do it how I like, not how you want it.
Yeah, but it's I don't like the idea of family treating you like some nigga. And when I'm having a dumb discussion, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like, you looking at me like I'm some nigga, you talking to me like I'm some nigga while I'm talking to you with love. So it's like it's a one-sided relationship. And a lot of my situations, see, I don't like to be in a situation where I'm tolerated. Especially when the position I'm in. Yeah, we can't do this. So he just packed his stuff up and left. No, let me try to give you a little something because of what you. Nope, ain't heard a word from him. It's unfortunate, but it's the harsh realities.
Can't go. Don't need correction. They need a burn.
Fellas,
Perfect. Shit like that.
this has been a hell of a conversation.
Perfect.
Shout out to the Playboy William. Shout out to Fantastic and Cheeky. Just joining the conversation.
We covered a lot. I feel we covered a good amount of stuff, but we still right in the window. You know what I mean? So you guys have the autonomy to address whatever you'd like to, even if it's not exactly what we're talking about at this very moment. But I'm looking at the illusion of options. We went through victimhood and etc. Mr. Fantastic was actually first in the back. Pause. Mr. Fantastic, what's popping?
Brother.
Yo, what up?
What's good?
Yeah, man. Shout out everybody first and foremost. But yeah, Hemp, you kind of, you know what I wanted to address. So the hypergamy thing, right? The basis of hypergamy, again, we have to remember everything is built upon the natural order of everything, right? None of the shit that we have is real, right? It's something that we've constructed and we built on top of our basic primal desires and needs and whatever, right? So even back then, what you're saying, Sherelle, and you kind of answered your own question because you said how Black women exclude these things is as if Black women haven't necessarily graduated to the complexity of society, right? At least until they've suffered from the hands of picking from a natural order type of hypergamy. And then once they've experienced all those different things, now they're forced to understand hypergamy because they don't want to go alone in the world, have to defend themselves, have to provide for themselves, and all these different things. So that's what I was saying, as into where hypergamy and natural selection are, it's a branch on the tree. It's just like what you said, their lack of understanding and lack of fathers being in the household never gets them to have it click in their mind that, he looked good, he looked like he can fight, he willing to be violent, all those different things. Secondly, yeah, I got smoke for the thing, but Hemp covered that. This whole thing, man, y'all got to get out of these psyops, man. Y'all got to get out of this propaganda to where Black women are the most unprotected when we know. I don't know how many little niggas I seen fight over. Don't you say nothing bad about my mama. I seen niggas kill over their mama. Right?
Yep. That's a factual thing. I saw this little girl, and this little girl remind me of Sherelle.
Do it to TD.
That's diet. It's diet.
Yeah. Sugar free. Like what y'all need.
It's spicy.
Good.
Do it to
TD. Freshen your bread up.
Do it.
Give me $50.
I ain't got it.
You can't afford to give me $50.
Get your ass out my goddamn coat because I can't afford to give you $50.
And when they talk to babies like that, is that young lady old enough to be told get the F up out my car?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, you gotta understand that that's all manipulation tactics, right? Mind control type stuff with these women. That they're in the safest country in the world, man, or at least one of the safest countries in the world, right? I think what they're doing is trying to conflate safety with vulnerability since they've lost power. The progressives got kicked out. Ain't nobody talking about voting them back in or nothing, man. Nobody wants them in charge of anything. So when that lost power with this feminism movement, black women kind of, they was tossed back down to the black community again, to be amongst us. And so now what you're seeing is them trying to still kind of manipulate and control using those kind of scare tactics, right? Those they're going to do something, I'm going to save this, that, and the other. In reality, you know what I'm saying? They've always been safe here. Always, put it this way. If you know, say they don't understand that in some countries, they throw a bag over your head, take you someplace that you ain't never been, take everything you got, throw you out on the street corner, tell you make you money. If you don't, you're going to die.
They saying that's happening here also.
No. It's not happening here, brother. Not like that. That's extremely rare. There are too many safety nets here for that, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, what black women have to come to realize is that, you know what I'm saying, what they once were a few years back, that doesn't exist for them anymore in that power dynamic. Things have to get down to some type of normalcy, right? And you know what I'm saying, so they have to readjust. It's what you're seeing now, right? Because you see a lot of women, the self-preservation is starting to kick in. So you see black women getting nicer, a little more calm, because now it's getting to the point where they kind of starting to realize that, you know what I'm saying, they likely gonna need some, you know what I'm saying, a man, you know what I'm saying, around here, at least, you know what I'm saying, as a companion, and you know what I'm saying, husband, whatever, because this life is extremely, extremely difficult to do it by yourself without them safety nets. So you're gonna see a lot more of this. Just beware the manipulation. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a manipulative tactic. Talking about, I'm gonna say, I don't feel good, you know what I'm saying, I feel uncomfortable, all this other jazz. The reality is they just feel vulnerable now because the power dynamic has shifted on them.
I don't know. That sounds like some political stuff too. Is this a psyop? The idea of thinking that, you know, because I hear women saying, just because certain, we still ain't messing with y'all.
I mean, they say that with their mouth, but the actions tell me different. You know what I'm saying? When I pull up now, I got a whole lot of highs and hays. Before, I got a lot of dirty look, cringes, things of that nature, you know, right? Oh, you know what I'm saying? I don't mess with black, you know what I'm saying? I don't like light-skinned dudes like that, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the other. Now those same women are ones waving at, saying, hey, how you doing? Current conversations. Because at the end of the day, now it's become a need. Versus before, this is what was occurring for many years. People weren't choosing off their core values, because most black folks don't even know what their core values are or what core values really are, right? Only they know is the money piece of it. They don't understand the character, the other stuff that goes into core values, morality. So what they were doing was choosing their preferences and looking for those core values in their preferences, right? The people they wanted to be with, the car they liked, they were looking for the stuff they needed in the car they wanted. Versus now they're looking for what they need, you know what I'm saying, first. And if it has a few different features, or that person has a few features they like, you know what I'm saying, they're likely to select that, you know what I'm saying, that particular car, that person now, because they're putting the need, they're prioritizing because of self-preservation. That's a major difference in the philosophy and thinking, right? It's the readjustment. And the shift that should have happened probably 10 years ago is now occurring now.
Think it's going to be successful? Or will they just learn how to live together like the Golden Girls?
Extraordinarily. I think they hate living with each other. See, that's one thing I think we don't realize. They hate living with each other because that is just pending doom and failure. Have you ever been in a house full of women who can't find men? Who having issues with men? Who don't, you know what I'm saying, say they don't like men, but really just having issues with men because they awkward as hell? That just feels like pending death. They're just gonna die. And you know what I'm saying, women, they put it this way, women dislike each other more than they dislike us.
I don't know, man. Yeah, we need more women over here to tell us is everything.
Look around, Night. Now you see, I say two or 3 years ago, the same women, you know what I'm saying, who were super combative, super feminist, you know what I'm saying, about black men. We don't deal with black men at all. We don't want this, we don't want that. Kind of oppressive towards it, right? Super oppressive in a lot of ways. Now those women are shifting. Unfortunately, a lot of those women are 40 something. That's 10 years too late. Now your value to a man like me is kind of dropped, you know what I'm saying, dramatically, right? Because I can't do much with you besides that companionship thing. And I don't want that. I want a family, you know what I'm saying? I want kids. You know what I'm saying? You can't give me that. So now you see these, like even if you go to Facebook dating, right, or different dating sites, you see a crap ton of 40-year-old black women on those sites, like a crap ton of them. And it's just like, waited too late. Waited too late. You was pretty, but you just waited too late.
Well, when you see this lady here that was on that Pop the Balloon, the way she was snapping off, I don't think she cared.
Oh, that's one black woman trying to defend her life, man. Whatever.
You know, so again, it's not, they're not protected. You can't be in this state of perpetual unprotection. You said what? If you're talking, you mute it.
I'm saying I only see you.
Yeah, you have
You only
to
see
do.
me. Oh, when
you,
I'm talking, yeah, it's on here though, but you on the screen. Yeah, when it's on the screen, everybody can be seen.
Top
No,
right
so,
corner,
yeah.
Shrel, select panel view.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So when we look at these things, and black women are the most propagandized with this thing, whatnot, what have you. Again, if you're picking the violent men, if you're picking these men that are going to, delete you at a higher rate, who's the problem here? People are who they are. POS niggas gonna be POS niggas, regardless, right? So, but if you have this affinity for the POS nigga and the violent nigga that like to whoop on women, what you think the end result's gonna be? Same thing, and it only gets worse when y'all start doing these damn studs and these pretender niggas, right? I don't know what you're crying for, it's true, right? So remember, black women have the highest rate of that too. So black women have the highest rate of LGBT and bisexuality. That's a whole nother part that never gets talked about, right? So being that we know that lesbian relationships are the most violent, and black women have a higher of that, nobody ever talks about it though. I've covered at least 2 stories about where this girl was dealing with a pretender nigga, and she killed this woman in front of her toddler. I think she was either like 2 or 3, but that don't get talked about. Y'all only want to focus on the men. When if you want to go by the per capita rate, right, the lesbian is far more dangerous because we know there are a very, very low number of lesbians. If we wanted to do it by weight, right? But just those 2 things. I'll let those 2 plugs in and come back to it.
Instead of the per capita with that one.
Huh?
I said it'd be the volume more than it'd be the per capita. That's why they don't focus on the lesbians, because I think they're a very small percentage.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Heterosexual.
But that's what I'm saying though. So you can't do that. You can't jump between per capita on one and then switch the volume on the other. If you're gonna use per capita, you gotta use per capita. And if we go doing per capita now, the lesbian rate is exponentially like 100 times, because we know they're like, a percentage point of what the total population is what I'm saying. But this is what casually happens, right?
So I got this song right here I played earlier, and this is what it sounded like when I'm listening to this story right here. The name of this song is called Beset on All Sides. I'm gonna play a little piece of it, a little bitty piece of it. Let's stop the loop and let's go to the song. Let's stop this. Let's turn this up. This song right here I think is befitting for what Fantastic just said.
The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who, in the name of charity and goodwill,
Walk through the fire with my head held high. Dust on my feet, still I look to the sky. World so cold, got snakes in the grass. Truth move slow, but vengeance move fast. Seen good hearts break when the bad man waits. Seen love get lost at the hands of hate. Still I pray when the night get long. Trying to stay righteous when everything wrong. All sides. And the wolves all grin when the light go dim. They lurk at the edge, try to pull me in, but I know.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like he's saying. That if you mess with a dude, danger. If you mess with the female, danger. So it's danger everywhere. Beset on all sides.
Well, you gotta know who you're dealing with.
They're saying they do know. They're saying they do know.
Most of these relationships, like I said, man, are based on preferences, what people prefer, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when people pick by preferences instead of their values, what happens is they fall for the charm, the charisma, the overtone, right? The look, the beauty. You fall in place for that. And what you try to do is find those core values within that person that aren't there. So what ultimately ends up happening is that, you know what I'm saying, you dating off at aesthetics, right? You dating off shadamic looks, things like that nature. And you don't know who that person is on the inside. You know what I'm saying? You don't know their history. You ain't had a chance to talk to them about what they're about. You just know that you enjoying life with that person at that moment. You know what I'm saying? It's fun, right? You got money. Somebody might have, you know what I'm saying, nice little amount of money, right? You're taking trips, you're doing this thing or whatever. In reality, on the inside, that person is damaged, right? Traumatized, crazy, insane. That's the men and women. They've been through a lot. And that comes out when pressure is applied to that person, right? Now, think about it, right, Nice? You know what I'm saying? We talk about the homosexual, right? A lot of women have lost their jobs. So you can imagine them homes is real tense right now when it comes to money. Real intense, some hard conversations, some screaming, some yelling, some arguing on a daily basis with a lot of folks, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, where they're going to get this from, which is turn these relationships apart. And one thing they kind of got is that, right, is that we don't have a lot of conflict resolution. The man don't know how to leave the house. You know what I'm saying? The man don't know how to sit down. The man don't know how to ignore the woman. The woman don't know when to stop talking. So you get all that in the same bucket, and all of a sudden this aggression comes out from one side or the other, and thus there you have violence.
That's unfortunate. So aesthetics is why you're getting hands and feet put on you.
Yep. Pick somebody, you know what I'm saying? See, that's one thing about Atlanta that people don't talk about. They talk about all the dudes here. No. Most of these dudes here are absolutely straight dudes. You probably got a third of the population who are actually the rainbow dudes, right? You know what I'm saying? But you got 66% of the dudes here who are straight, just normal dudes who go to work, come home every day, do whatever they need to do. 43% of them are middle-class men. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard in this chat people say the good guys are boring. They're just as bad as the bad guys, just in the opposite direction.
Success is boring. A lot of people don't understand that. If you plan on climbing any ladder or getting anywhere in life, it's monotonous. It's routine, right? It's a lot of building blocks on top of building blocks on top of building blocks on top of building blocks, which aren't exciting. It's more about the consistency of the fact, right? You know what I'm saying? That's how people get to high places. You know what I'm saying? Where they shouldn't be because they're more consistent with their building. What most people want in this day and age is that quick hit. You know what I'm saying? They want that instant gratification to take them to the clouds, you know, right? I mean, right at the top, they want that rocket, but they don't want, you know what I'm saying, the helicopter, you know, right? The one that lifts real slow. It takes you forever to get in the air. And once you get in the air, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to get to a certain altitude, it takes you forever to get there too. They don't want that. They want the rocket. Ain't a whole lot of rockets left. We out of rockets.
Reality. Let me see. Let's turn this down. I hear more. As always, y'all, like, comment, and subscribe. Please support the channel. Hit the Cash App. Hit the PayPal. The things are scrolling on the bottom.
Because nobody wants to bring light to, that lifestyle and those group of people being violent.
No,
So
yeah,
black men
they
just continue to get
are
behind.
violent. What I'm saying is that we're not going to do it per capita because it's just that's not where the majority of black women are doing. The majority of them are not gay. They're just not. It's less than.
Yeah, you're missing what I'm saying, but the other brothers can get it.
I'm not missing what you're saying. Why would we talk about what's happening in lesbian conversations when we're talking about? Guess what? All the lesbian conversations that we can talk about, black women, are never a top reason that other black women die. It's not a top 10 reason why black women die is by the hands of other black women. Top 10 reasons black men die, other black men. Top 10 reasons black women die, other black men.
Yeah, I got you.
For
But
it
what
to
I'm
be a
saying is,
top of reason why you're dying in the world, I think that's a bigger issue than girls fighting.
yeah, but then you can't go to the per capita argument, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's still being a per capita argument because way more black people die from heart disease than die from gun violence, right? So gun violence only takes up. Well, hear me out. Again, this is the part, and I think this is a show. I guess when we talk about the stats thing, right? Stats are stats, but the same way that everybody challenged me whenever I'm saying something negative about black women, right? No one ever seems to challenge it when you have an understanding of black men, right? Black men's number one cause of death is not homicide. Not. They love to use I think it's 16 to 25 or something, right? And even then it's like 49%, not 50% or some shit, right? You feel me? So black men's number one cause of isn't homicide, right?
Not for all of them, for the age group from birth to I think in your 40s, it is number one.
It's still not number one.
It is. You can look it up. For the age group, the younger age group, yes, it's number one.
I just looked it up the other day. Well, if it's half of 16 to 29 and it's only 49%, how could birth to 40 be more than that? Because that's going to go down the older you get. You see what I'm saying? But let me let other dudes go. I'll look it up and we'll see. Let Mr. Williams and Cheeky go. Go ahead. Cheeky or Mr. Williams, on one of y'all two. Gotta go ahead.
Mr. Williams, what's going on?
Okay, there we go.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Yeah, I was just gonna talk about the fact that we do need to stop talking about black women are not protected, because everywhere you go, we're gonna protect no matter what. They drop something, we're gonna look to try to help them pick it up. I mean, seriously, like we do make sure that we're very chivalrous in that way. I think it's the loud minority that actually make us look bad with that, because we will get hurt trying to make sure that y'all protected, trying to make sure that nobody's gonna do anything to y'all, whether it's male or female. We'll get hurt in the process.
Nidus, go ahead and stop the video for a second.
The other one, hemp, I just want to say, because you know I watch the shows.
The leading cause of death for men under 50 is suicide. The leading cause of death for black men is heart disease. Let me see if I can get those in numbers though, right? Or numbered out, which one?
Okay.
Okay, by statistic percentages. Let's see what we got here. Heart disease, cancer, malignant nephilims, accidents 7 to 10%, COVID, stroke, assault and homicide is only 3 to 5%.
1 second.
Diabetes is 4%.
We got to bring somebody up right quick. It's only one way to come into the lair. Do.
Come on in.
Playing, it's always a treat when players meet.
What up, True?
Salute to the night. What's going on?
Salute. Can you run those numbers again, Lord ADS?
We'll start from the top. The leading cause of death for black men is heart disease, from 20% to 22%. Cancer comes in next at malignant nephilims, right? 15 to 18%. Accidents, 7 to 10%. COVID, 12%. Stroke, 5 to 6%. Assault and homicide is 3% to 5%. Diabetes is 4%. Chronic lower respiratory CLRD, 2 to 3%. Kidney disease, 2 to 3%. Alzheimer's, 2%. Those are your leading causes of black male death.
So homicide is what, like 7th?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
So look, 6 on the list, but it's right above or right below stroke, which is at 5%, and right above diabetes, which is 4%. So I think a lot of people are just I think a lot of people make stuff, but they don't understand they live in a first world country with an abundance of resources. Here, homicides are like in other countries. You know, right? Like in Brazil, homicide is a real thing. Over there, they shoot you, kill you, put you in the ditch, and nobody knows. Over here, there's a lot of mechanisms and laws, right, based on murder, capital murder, stuff like that, that are in place that kind of deter a lot of that, right? You know, we don't talk about it because we're too busy watching The Wire. You know, I think a lot of this comes from subliminal programming, man. These TV shows, these videos, this music got into people's heads and got them thinking something ain't real. You know, right?
The Wire, I think the problem with The Wire and Boys in the Hood and all other stuff, it's a hyper what the real thing is. If you look at The Wire, you think somebody getting popped every single day. You listen to them talk about the stuff that happened in my city, it'll make you think somebody getting shot every single day. That's not the case.
Not at all, not at all. Believe it or not, biggest problem with black people is poverty. That's the real killer right there. If you ask me, they don't have access to medical facilities to treat heart disease, cancer, nor strokes, right? COVID-19, you know what I'm saying? The vast majority of the country, you know, they have ways of getting treatment if something occurs. Black folks in those areas got to call an ambulance. The ambulance can take them 30 minutes to an hour. Most of
that's going to cost you about $5 just for a ride to a place that's very close.
Facts. It's more of access to
medicine. Yeah, but Nightish, who was that said let food be thy medicine?
Sadie?
No. I feel like it was a Greek philosopher. I was about to say Dick Gregory, but I think it was a Greek philosopher that said, let food be thy medicine, right? And so I don't think here's the thing, and I know Nightish sometimes disagree with me on this part. The biggest thing is that we no longer have community and village, right? Because in a village and in community,
I agree with you about that part.
You care about each other, right? And so I'm concerned about the food that you eat.
I agree with that part. I just don't think that
it doesn't exist in the way that you and I.
Scale. It does exist amongst those group I said. So you have some churches that now they're pretty much women in the alphabet community. They kind of work together. Then you have
they don't. They trash.
So the certain groups is just cast out.
Yeah.
So when I used to talk that winter stuff, I just think that's for men. That's for men more than it is for women. Because even though that woman is in her 40s, she went and got a BBL. She's working out. So aesthetically, she got body. I always say, it's not the way our sisters look. It's the way they receive us and the way they project.
Yeah, but even think about that, Nightish. In your 30s and 40s, you're looking for the external affiliation and not external affiliation, the validation externally, right? When guess what? Whole time these women have been, and I'm saying non-black women have been dying to look like you, and then here you go want to exacerbate it even more. And your men tell you, nah, I don't like that. I don't like you looking like that. I'm gonna be honest with
Gorilla. I don't even care about. I don't even care about that. If you want to wake up your wigs, that's on you, right? You know what I'm saying? I might still like you the same, believe it or not, with the makeup and wig on. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, that's
they're doing more than that. Glorilla don't even look like Glorilla no more.
She showing up, don't. And ADS, I'm gonna tell you something. Man, I'm gonna have to fire up my channel.
Lil Kim don't look like her.
She definitely don't look like her, but Nicki Minaj don't even
look like the original because they didn't blown out their cheeks.
Yep.
Contour their nose. Mess with the sockets of their eye. They doing
Hey, Nightish, when we was growing up, who was it? Like Zsa Zsa Gabor, Joan Rivers.
Yeah,
like, and that was common for them. We was like, oh, that's what white women do. That wasn't for us though.
I think Diana Ross did it. I think
she may have, but it was subtle. And then I mean, because I think about the Diane Carrolls, the got doggone. I'm talking about the women that I looked to when I was younger. That was in my grandma age bracket.
Are you talking about Lola Falana?
God, dog. Like, yeah, man, come on, Jane Kennedy. Are you kidding me? Pam Grier.
Yeah, Pam Grier.
Are you kidding me? Pam Dobson?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're talking about exceptionally beautiful women though, versus the average woman doesn't
No,
have
hey,
level of beauty, brother.
Go back.
People forget.
No, I gotta fire my stuff up, man. ADS, go back to some of them photos, man. Go back to some of them videos and them photos. Wait, who said that? Is that true? I must have dropped Truth. Hey, can I drop Truth for 35 cents?
35 cents is like what's started $1.
He should be taking care of tequila right now.
Cash app, man. You make it 2 cents out the cash app.
No, when I look back, hey, Nightish, when I'm looking back, there's a archive society, right? So I don't consider myself an art collector now. I'm saying I'm an archivist, right? When we look back on those photos and that video footage, you look back on your aunt and them, like, yeah, 1000%, we can all pick out the big aunt. Yeah, we had those. But the most
that was rare.
Right, because the women was eating real food. And yeah, it was different back then. Lola Falana was not an anomaly, but she was celebrated, is my point. Lena Horne, the Dorothy Dandridge, like all them, the Diane Carroll, yeah, they definitely was celebrated, but they weren't the anomaly.
Facts.
And that's what's disappearing now, because now you got all these heifers out here looking like ants. Why is you running around with an ant booty? And the dudes is goofy too, because ain't too much you can do with that booty.
I got a rule, Wheeler, that ain't nobody.
Oh, here come ADS. ADS gonna do a lot with that booty.
No. If your hips is wider than mine, I likely don't want it. If your hips is wider than mine, I likely don't want it. I like a gap. You know what I'm saying? I like a nice little set of tight
Oh
hips.
man, they don't even know about the gap.
Yeah.
They don't even know about the gap.
The thigh gap.
Get some good air. Yeah. Get some air.
They don't even know about the gap.
Yeah.
So busy trying to chase adjacency to them, right? And not, man, anyway. Yeah, we don't realize our own greatness, fam. And that's the part that's disappointing. But again, I'm grateful that I'm not in this hot dog water mess and a lot of these conversations. Because it's insane. Because now, what are these older women who are quote unquote the aunties and the grandma teaching the baby?
Nightish was just talking about that. We don't have no aunties, no grandmas.
No, and I hold all these heifers to the standard of my grandma. That's a fact.
He was talking about that.
Yes,
we supposed to be in that avenue as the aunties, the uncles, the grandparents, and everything like that. You feel what I'm saying? We supposed to be moving into that realm, but ain't nobody want to take up that mantle. Everybody's still acting like they 16 years old.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I overcompensate, Truth. That's why I overcompensate. Because I remember the OGs that was on the block. Respectfully, I remember the old heads that protect me. I told y'all, they called me professor because I wore glasses all the time. They protected me. They wouldn't let me get involved in foolishness on the block. When that crack exploded, man, and he just passed too, but one of the OGs hit me and my man Demetrius and was like, hey man, hey, listen, y'all gonna come work for me. I'm gonna give you this, you gonna sell that, and then you're gonna bring me this portion back, but I'm gonna let you take this with you so you could double up and whoop-de-whoop, right? I was like, yeah, that ain't for me. My man Demetrius went with the program, but that was not for me. But there were other old heads on the block that protected me from that type of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And I went to school, I did what I was supposed to do, I graduated on time, I had a decent GPA. You understand what I'm saying?
What's going on, Raj Will?
What up, Raj? Oh,
so
Raj. Shout out to Raj Will.
A lot of those people presented that as thankless jobs, though. So now people like, I can't. So you'll find out now that the coach is banging all kind of moms.
And they might have been back then, Nightish, but even with you, when I listen to you talk about all the work that you put in with the Boy Scouts and coaching and that, like, though, that definitely is a thankless job. but the impact that you got to make on them young bloods.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, all of them reap the benefits of having all those men around. But yeah, I don't think they're going to do it.
Hey, Rilla, that's one thing I really want to start promoting, and that's something that I got to reach out to you, on the back end. That I think we really.
He sounded muffled to you, Chicago.
He's muffled. He talking underwater, but yeah.
I sound muffled.
Yeah,
does that sound better?
Wait, Truth. Wait, what?
Sound like you got a pillow over the phone.
Does that sound better?
I mean, we can hear you still. It's still got that same muffled sound. I don't know what's happening with your phone today.
No, it's my. I don't know. How is it now? Is it still sound that way?
In and out.
That's crazy. Yeah, I ain't got my. I broke my daggone laptop, so I'm been doing everything off my daggone phone. Yeah, it's hideous. So hopefully it's bearable. Is it bearable?
It's kind of bad. I mean, Chicago, can you hear me?
Hold on, let me try something. The only thing I can do is do this.
And now Chicago ain't responding. Yeah, now Chicago disappears.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is it better?
Yes. But they both disappeared. Well, True and Chicago both are gone. So yeah, let's get back to the illusion of options. I think a lot of folks listen to these shows right here and they be like, they don't care. Even though it is whatever it is, because too many of them be in the chat making all these crazy comments. That over here anyway, oh, that don't make no difference. I'll be alone then. I'll move what I do. And I don't understand what they fighting about.
Yeah, I think it's become a Hamp show. I love Hamp, man. That's my brother. But it's become too much of an echo chamber. It really has. Same guests, same participants. When it comes to single life stuff, I hear a bunch of married women talking, which I don't want to hear from married women about single life or about single women, because they really don't know all that much. They just injecting their ideas into it, right? Their own selfish agendas and goals, talk too much, that type of stuff. So I listen to Ham Show every once in a while, but I don't listen to it like I used to because it's just, like I said, it's the echo chamber with the wrong people on the panel sometimes, right?
I think it's good to have a consistent panel, though. I mean, certain people don't like certain people, but that's their own, form. But Ham moves around. He'll be over there on the Peef. He'll be over there on the other show. So, and then some of those shows come and visit. So you'll have Mon up there. He'll have the guy from the other show, Truth or whatever. So he mixes it up. I haven't really seen Mr. Williams all that often. I mean, I'm seeing him today. Fantastic moves around. Yeah, I think they change it up, switch it up. The POV got different women now, I think.
But that POV is the same.
Every show, AES, everywhere has what you're talking about, though.
I know that there are panels on YouTube that do a lot of like switching out, like they have different panels. Even Ton has different panels, right? What's the name of that show? Hold on.
Yeah, I'd have to know. This is probably a show I need to check out then.
Probably. Hold 1 second. Let me see if I can find it.
But Night, what I was trying to tell Rilla before he dropped, I'm hit him up, is the things that he's talking about that is needed. And I finally, this, Night, I said I usually tell people not to follow me but follow Christ, right? And Rilla always, talk about like how he was just explaining the certain individuals that have contributed to the community. What I think we're going to have to start doing is now, I think we're going to have to start presenting it, like actually present it and show it. show improve. Talking is kind of over with, and I've also now I have moved away from kind of. It's not that I'm not saying don't follow me, follow Christ. It's still don't follow me, follow Christ, but I am going to now move into the situation that I'm going to start showing the example.
What does that mean?
I'm going to show what I do.
So like a IRL type of thing?
Yeah, I guess if that's that's what it's called in real life.
Yeah, in real life, yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna have to start showing and bring some people that actually from our IRL in real life situations and present it a little bit. And I really didn't want to do it. I'm gonna try it because we got so many a-holes, but I'm gonna try it a little bit. And if that's what people want to see, and hopefully they can keep the trash in under wraps. And I think we do need to start presenting that because it's too much confusion. All these conversations, we done had these conversations. Well, I know I done heard them. I heard them and I had them. I've been on here for 6 years. We're having the same thing from different people, or the same people, majority of the same people, but different people. The same people that's been coming on here, they're giving the same answers. But it's not even an answer. It's not a solution. They're just giving their opinion, just like the rest of us. The problem is some of us do give solutions, but it ain't the one that they want. You know what I mean?
I think it's all about is, they are financially supporting the show. So while people say what they're saying about it, there's folks over there spending their money. While people saying what they're saying about Freezy, there's people over there spending money. It's 400 people over there. So it doesn't matter how positive I might be, how positive everybody might be on the panel. What's the active people doing? The active people that's going to listen to you, the numbers probably going to be small, but if your purpose is, to be righteous, whatever else, you're not going to be concerned about that number. So the numbers will not change. They like the effort. They like the listen. Everybody wants to say, Freezy didn't talk about anti. Yeah, but they still running over there. They still over there.
We was talking. Oh, Chicago was talking about Freezy.
No, y'all were talking about these shows are the same, right?
Oh
like
no, my fault.
Go ahead.
I must have. My fault. That's my fault then. I was relaying it back to.
What you're saying is you're going to have a show more like the Bolo and Mo Love show. That's what
Bolo
you
and
feel
Mo
like.
Love. The Bolo and Mo Love show.
Or like Fear No Mortals. Because Mo Love and Bolo come on Sunday and they have religious talk, and Fear No Mortals, whenever she comes on, again it's religious talk. Sometimes it be Freezy over there. Yeah, that's Bible talk.
And that's what Chicago really was talking about.
Chicago was just talking about everything. He was all over the place like bird shit. He was talking about Chicago itself, the project, how these numbers.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I was talking about. So remember when Rilla had? I was trying to talk, but my thing had messed up. You kept saying I was underwater.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to talk. When Rilla, before he dropped off, he said something about the community and how people was making sure they kept him away from those type of situations. They was calling him professor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's when I was trying to tell Rilla I got to talk to him offline, because I think that what he's talking about, I think that needs to be seen, because that's the only thing we haven't got. We really don't have real life examples of the the righteous or positive things that we talk about. So it's not really seen. So if it's sad to say, if it's not seen, it's out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, that's why he
So
was
I
saying
think,
he's gonna fire his thing back up.
oh, he was saying, okay, so great minds think alike. So yeah, I definitely need to tap in with him because I think that's what needs to happen. I'm saying from that avenue, I am going to start presenting that I think it's time. I think it's time.
Yeah, my attitude about all of that is just do it.
Hey, truth. Just check the back chat, man. I got some channels that I kind of listen to from time to time. My favorite one is Steven Speaks and Black Love and Marriage with Aiz and Ayana Matt.
Is that the blind couple?
Yeah, something like that.
No, I'm asking you, is the Black Love and Marriage, is that the blonde couple?
No, not from what I've seen. No, they have perfectly working eyes. They're just black people, man.
Oh, okay. No, because it was this. I gotta find them again. It was this blonde couple that was married, and they was coming on talking about the relationships of dealing with the situation of blonde and the love and how they carry on. It was a great show. It was a great show. I gotta find it again.
You like the Black Love and Marriage? It did really great advice on that show about relationships. You know what I'm saying? Some real thought out stuff, right? But they got low subscriber count right now, but they got good information. And Steven Speaks, brother's dope.
I know who
really
that is.
Yeah, he's pretty dope.
I know it.
Now they hold different. What they do is they hold different people on different panels. They'll have some consistent panels, but then they'll shake it up every once in a while and have new people on those panels that you haven't seen, just to get another perspective, right? I don't see that much in this space. Like you were saying, it's pretty consistent when it comes to the panels. You know who's going to be on what panels on what day. But a little change up here and there would probably go a long way, especially towards perspective and how you see things and ideas, right? Because like you said, it's becoming more circular now, right? It's the same conversation over and over and over again. You got to bring some new ideas in, some new perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they keep going to the same ideas though.
Yeah, I think it's the same ideas to the people that they already like. I think it's not the idea. I think it's the people. They're gonna keep going to the people they like. If they like you, they like you. If they don't rock with you, they're just not gonna come. They made that emphatically clear.
Well, then they just talking out the side of their neck because they complain about Risky, but they be there. They complain about Freezy, but they be there. They complain about Sharon, but they be there.
Yep, of course.
Man, only reason they show for these channels, man, because it's like a huge soap opera. This has replaced Days of Our Lives, brother, with this drama they got going on in this space. This is the living, walking reality show soap opera, bro. It's
do you
like
believe it's real, or do you believe it's performative?
I think so much of this is performative. It's extremely performative, right? Especially some of the beef. I mean, you think about it. What is y'all beefing over that for?
Well, there ain't no beef.
Well, there's plenty of beef in this space. Like
beef has dangerous outcomes. It be a lot of arguments. That's all.
Yeah, this is a lot of nothing. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, somebody getting hurt, or will be attempted to be hurt.
They're gonna go out of their way to try to hurt the person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no, it's not beef.
Yeah, y'all wouldn't even like some people after that. Y'all would always call them the worst person if that happened.
All the stuff that's why people be like, something happened yesterday night. It's cool to see you came back. Yeah, somebody spent some money to drop me. They've been dropping me since I've been here. And why would you want anybody around that's that sensitive when we understand that a lot of this stuff is done for money? I used to literally be on Fight Club going, oh, they're going to drive me. Okay, y'all going to make some money. Okay, good. I'll be back in a minute if I'm still around. I'll wait for the 10 minutes or the 5 minutes. They got to the point where they was dropping me off a whole show. So it is what it is. And even like now, these people know who I am. So, it's another, opportunity to talk crazy about Anton in the chat somewhere. So I guess what I should be doing is following suit and just get on the Anton train, but I'm not doing that. I'll look at some people's perspective on something we already saw. Because the other day, playing a clip of JP and Charleston, everybody saw that, I think. But
But you know,
JP
even if
think
you
that
do
these things
Anton, they
are
ain't gonna do it, right?
what?
You know that, right?
What?
Even if you try to do the Anton thing, they're not gonna flood over here.
Well, I don't care.
Yeah, because they are like they're going to them people because they know them people has an actual thing. You don't have like no bad blood. Like you don't have no stake in it. They know they're gonna get emotional, whole bunch of bull jive out of them when you would be just giving your honest opinion from a logical standpoint. They going over there to get the effery.
So you believe that Sharon really believed that people is rims?
Do I believe he believes that?
Yeah.
I think he said it enough now that he does.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Nice. No, I don't believe it.
It's a grift. It's just a grift.
Yeah, I don't believe. I don't think that brother believes a lot of stuff he talked about. I remember one time on this show, and they said I wasn't black no more because Kendrick Lamar said so. I laughed so hard. I'm like, so y'all disowning me because of another nigga. You know, entertainment on top of that, right? But they
And yeah,
still
just
they
because you
stood on
believe
it.
something don't mean you ain't gonna earn no change. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's true too. You know what I'm saying? It don't that don't exactly equate to money. You know, but it's
Not
just
on here.
Well, I mean, I've listened to different strategies that people have told me about, and one of the strategies they have told me about is seeding. You ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
They'll like send you $50 and tell you to come to the show at some point and spend it, 5 at a time, or spend 5, spend 10, then spend 20. And if it's in that super chat, people want to, get their comments highlighted, and so that's something I heard somebody. I'm like, that's diabolical. That's diabolical. And then when the folks was flooding over here is when it was all remember when it was Happy, Unc, Vic, when it was just hollering.
Yeah, you need the retards. Yeah, you need all of them.
Yeah.
Now Sherry Berry,
They've learned.
That's one of my favorite characters on YouTube. She is funny as hell.
Oh,
And
hell
Vic-
yeah. I
Yeah.
love Sherry Bird. I love her.
Me too. I think she's funny, man. And Rooster is great entertainment value. He brings a
No.
lot of entertainment value.
You done gone too far. See, Sherry Berry is actually funny because she's not trying to be funny. That's who she is. You're talking about somebody that hates themselves because they're below the equator as far as when they're standing up, and then they are a known got problem with alcoholism. That ain't funny. That person needs to get the freak off it and go get some help.
Not true. You gotta loosen up a little bit on this one, brother. It's a comedy club. It's the comedian, you know what I'm saying, which we have to be Rooster at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? He is the brother kid. He has just have a little talent when it comes to kind of being. He's just the Mississippi accent alone and some of the stuff he says, he kind of
Ask Nightish.
laughing.
Nightish know who funny and who not funny. Ask Nightish is Rooster funny. He don't find him funny. Nightish know people that's funny. I don't find that funny, man. Nightish funny as crap. He don't think he's funny. And that's all the people, that's the main people that be funny though. When they don't think they funny or trying to be funny, they be the funniest ones.
To me, Nightish this is not me kissing Nightish's ass or doing anything too out of the way. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. Nightish is one of the best content creators on YouTube that goes unnoticed. That brother comes with original content. He speaks well to his stuff. He understands it right. And he can explain it to you. A lot of people can't do that. A lot of these panels are beef and drama. Number beef, if I take that back, number drama, right? Drama farming. Nightish, I rarely see him do that. He'll cover his content. He'll cover it well. A panel that he's been on, he'll explain it to you. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll go with that, right? That's good content to me because you can provide explanations for what we're seeing, right? versus we just see something here, God says something, and all of a sudden people are yelling. You know, that's to me that's great for entertainment factor, but it's you know, it kind of gets it's like drinking Kool-Aid all day, right? You know what I'm saying? You drink Kool-Aid as a kid, but when you become an adult, you get really tired of Kool-Aid, you know, right? Like, man, yo, I don't want that jungle juice. You know what I'm saying? Give me something else, right? And I think that's what a lot of content creators are running into. Yeah.
Actual juice, cranberry or something.
That's the fact.
Yeah,
Nah,
because
this is one of
they
the
were
best
nothing but coloring and sugar.
content creators out there. You ain't kissing tail. They would say I kiss Nightish tail because I brag about Nightish all the time. No, you're absolutely correct. I've been saying that for years. It's just people, unless you're doing something that makes it look like you have something wrong with your dome, then they don't appreciate it. Like you said, they were over there initially when he had people that have parts of their brain missing. Those people are no longer here on a regular basis. He calmed
Where they got
down.
place to be now. Because you know, folks can't just be unbearable.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. So, like I said initially when I started the channel, even this later date, you just got to find your tribe. And my tribe, they don't have to understand. It's not about going back and forth with JP, going back and forth with Vic. I'll be wanting Vic to come, but I just need him to be measured, and he don't know how to do that. So, like I say, Lord ADS was saying something. No, Lord ADS add value, especially when he's measured. Everybody, as long as they measured. I didn't be in the Fear No Mortals channel. She's talking about religion over there, so I'm not over there trying to be funny. I didn't be in the Mo Love and Bolo channel, so I'm not finna disrespect their panel by going into antics.
I'm over there trying to get some of Mo love, trying to get some of T, sweet tea. Let's go.
T is married.
I know. I'm just being funny, but that's an attraction factor though. I think so you see dudes pile up over there. A lot of these dudes don't get chances to have conversations with pretty women in real life. And when you got beautiful women who have open panels, a lot of dudes tend to jump on those panels, right? Because they want to have a conversation with her because that's something they don't get to do regularly. So, you know, when I see
I don't even be talking to T. I be talking to Tough Guy and Hustle and Muscle. I be talking to them dudes over there. I don't be talking to T like that.
Yeah, but them cats should learn to speak in a vernacular of silence then. If you're not used to being around a female that's attractive and all you could think about is to hit on her or, you know, make these comments that's gonna make it's gonna make the conversation weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, relax.
They don't understand that certain types of reciprocation are just friendly reciprocation, right? You know what I'm saying? They think that everything's an opportunity, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, just keeping it real, if you're gonna use YouTube for anything as a single man, use it for practice. Use it for practice talking to being around and talking to beautiful women, right?
No, you better get your ass out there and touch some grass. Don't use no YouTube for practice. No, get your ass out there and touch some grass. ADS, hey, you know, I got love for you. I ain't gonna hold you. Get your goofball, because listen, hey, ADS, you know what we discovering more and more in this space? We're discovering how many 40 and 50-year-old niggas up here talking this talk.
Yeah. But even then,
so you ain't gonna practice on YouTube. Your ass should have been out there practicing in 9th, 10th grade. You should have been got over bone quisha that broke your heart, fam. Yeah, she ain't want you.
You right.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
Yeah, she ain't want you. She wanted the drug dealing, dope boy, gang banging, oofy goofy. Me and I just had a whole conversation about how me and one of my guys just reversed.
Yeah, you are absolutely. Understand? Not every
nigga that throw 3 niggas through walls.
Most women I got it when I was flat busted broke, catching the 40 bucks to eat my mom.
Correct.
That's a fact. Hey,
Willa,
check your IG, Willa.
Single dudes.
I used to get on a bus with a bottle of J, which is
I heard you. I'm gonna check it in a second. I'm knocked out right now.
So
get a little bit of irk and jerk, and then get up on them mall floors.
Hey yo, hey yo. Well, for us, it used to be hey, I listen, man. When I was a shorty, we was splitting St. Ides. We split the St. Ides. We ride down Lakeshore Drive, and you know we gonna pull up on something. But here's the thing, again, Nightish, we often talk about coming from that mall situation where, man, you before you go in, hey, who gonna get the most numbers? And you cold selling, like, you know.
Yeah.
See who can get the most numbers. And if you got turned down, fam, you got turned down. Man, we want to run around here.
Trying to go talk to a friend.
We ain't sit up here.
Friend right standing right next to you.
That's a fact.
Yeah, we talk to my girl. Yeah, that didn't work out.
Yeah, we ain't sit up here talking about some FUB and you dumb broad and you ugly.
It was some around that was doing that though.
Nah, I get that, but again, for the most part, my point being is that, hey man, you had to put the ADS. They should have been putting that work in back then. All these old Negroes, and I'm learning how many people 30, 40, 50 years old. You got one person saying, "Oh, I just learned this content creator was 50 years old." Man, hey man, hey man, say man.
Comes from the ages, brother. Wisdom comes from the ages. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, and you should know how to holler at a female without having to use your money first.
Yeah, I ain't got no.
Well, you gotta understand. A lot of brothers. A lot of brothers didn't get that type of development.
Prince did say that.
Especially if you talk about the younger dudes, they didn't get that type of development. When we was young, yeah, we used to go to malls, we used to go to parks, man, holler at bras, get numbers, do this and that, right? Yada 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 yada.
Yeah, I'm hollering at people at the swimming pool. I'm hollering at people at the park.
Skating rink.
People at the mall. I'm hollering at people at the movies.
Yep.
But
I'm hollering at people at the arcade. I'm hollering at people everywhere. And then a lot of times it'll just be hollering. You would ball up most of them numbers. You probably call one or two of them.
Yeah.
You know what I used to do? I used to holler at broads. I didn't think I knew I couldn't get. If it was a pretty white broad, I holler at her. You know what I'm saying? Super pretty black chick, I holler at her. Just to see how far I can get. You know what I'm saying? Just as a game measure, right? To check my game. And sometimes I lock up and get that broad, man. I remember I got Shamika back in the days, man. Shamika was a bad little light-skinned broad, right? Niggas were hollering out left and right. And one day I just walked up to her, started talking to her at school. It just took off. She started liking me. You know what I'm saying? End up hitting that thing, man. And that built confidence, right? That's it. If I can get her, I know I can get another bad broad. And another bad broad after that.
I never even really thought about it. A lot of the women I used to mess with back in the day, the thing that used to crack me up is that people would be like, they would look at the girl and look at me and be like, they was puzzled.
How did you get her?
I don't know what y'all scared of. Just a girl.
But either way, you had to get out there and shoot your shot. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was the cold approach days. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, you had to get out there and shoot your shot. So again, Nightish, when I'm listening to 30, 40, 50-year-old men on this panel, not on this panel, but you understand what I'm saying, in these conversations, you know, talking about their issues and problems with females, like, yo, fam, okay.
But what do it be about? Because I remember who we got. We got Philly Boy DC. We got Triple. What's he call himself? I forget his name. I call him.
I know some of these guys.
But they cold on a female online.
Yeah, but you got to show me what that do in real life, man.
Nothing. That's why on these panels.
Because I don't believe half of these cats. All these cats will be, man, and
I think he's a triple cupcake.
I don't believe none of these cats.
You know what gets on my nerves is these 30 and 40-year-old men crying about child support. At 30 and 40 years old, you still
money is funny.
Child support, man.
Hey, gas here is the same as man, when I was driving through Kentucky, y'all gas was the same as in Chicago. But listen, man.
We Midwest. We get
well, it was the same in Atlanta too, though. In Atlanta, definitely. I was trying to go to my old spot, and it was like, no, it's the same here too. But to the point of crying about child support, again, people been on these stages crying and begging and screaming about child support for 6 years. And again, if you don't know If you ain't voted, if you run around here talking about a black community and you ain't formed a political action committee or a male advocacy group, and you ain't put somebody in position to advocate on your behalf, I don't want to hear it.
Unless you got a physical problem, do a job and a half.
And you know the worst thing about it is, to me, Rilla, we complain about these single mothers so often, so much. And when I heard these
Where's
brothers
that
complain
happening? I
about,
don't really be. Who is doing that?
Well, it's still doing it. It's just a regular talking point, though. At this point, it ain't even got no validity to it. It's a regular talking point.
and what I hear is, Rilla, is that these are the same brothers making these single mothers, right? Crying about
Oh,
child support.
1000%, yeah. Well, they advocate for their debauchery and they create the scenario that they complain about. So they want.
Why ain't nobody putting them on blast then?
Well, that's that part, right?
Because ain't nothing but 10, 15, 20 people watching them whine. Ain't nobody gonna put no.
No. Hey, ADS, it literally be cat. No, we know on some of these popular stages, it be cats literally sitting up there advocating for the right for them to be debaucherous and run through all these heifers, and then these be the same cats whining and complaining about child support. Literally, same individuals saying how it's their biological imperative to run through these females, and then remember they'll sit up there and blame her for getting pregnant. They'll blame her, so no accountability on their end, right?
Because they don't understand that in any other country in this world, that type of debauchery wouldn't last, because at the end of the day,
That's a
broke
fact.
equals zero. You know what I'm saying? No result. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting no women broke in some of these countries. You know, and to have a child is a very special thing. You know what I'm saying? 43% of men ain't gonna never have kids in this life, right? They ain't gonna never have no legacy and lineage. And as you mature, you start to understand better what legacy and lineage means to you, right? That means your seed gonna be upon the earth way after you gone. You know what I'm saying? Your name gets to carry on, you know what I'm saying, through your DNA. That matters. And a lot of brothers just don't appreciate that. They're ungrateful for that stuff. You know, right?
Man, if people don't agitate the gravel and get over themselves. But that's the thing. I think so. That's another grit. So we're gonna support the what did the Fresh and Fit them do? The Frank Castle, is that what they call it?
We talking about we throwing the females off the stage.
I feel uncomfortable trying to smash on a female. What are we arguing about? And I done had a few of them. I done showed you a short or two where they're try to throw me into the gender banging, and I went through a lot of them in that first year or two. I don't remember all their names, but you know, I remember BATL and what's her name was University or Universal.
Oh, from Detroit. I was wondering where she at.
I say, fight about what?
I was wondering where she at.
And you know who does it in the chat now? Chalk does it.
Chalk normally pull up.
Let me hear. I don't know nothing about you, Chalk, other than you be over here trying to, you know, get up under my skin. But I don't know nothing about you to go off on you about. But yeah, it used to be just think. And then all of these women at some point got pissed off with me. Just Jay, Chocolate Earth, ATL. And I'm like, why y'all mad at me? You be slick. I mean, like, slick how? And then when we talk about it, and I'll be telling them, I'll be direct. Y'all be over here wanting to bang on dudes, and then be going, why are you talking crazy to me like that? Because you banging on me. And they always started off with these men. Now, I'm not saying that's not your situation. I'm saying that same thing, you know, I hear people saying to men, that have to apply to you too. If it's not a dude you would ever give an opportunity to sniff your drawers, why are you talking about that dude? He already lusting after you. You gonna make him lust and sit still while you just go on a tirade? And it's crazy. They'll go on a tirade and go, I know I'm talking too long. Then why don't you shut up without somebody saying shut up? You know you're doing the thing that's annoying. You want to go somewhere where somebody would allow you to do the thing that's annoying and then do it repetitively. Well, now that's what your problem be with it. I got to get back to the show. Don't get me wrong. If you're going through something, I have some empathy or sympathy, but it can't be an everyday thing. So, especially a crying drunk or somebody just saying like Triple Cupcake. He always sound a little tipsy and angry with me. And I'll be like, that's not what the show is about. We're not talking about banging on these women. See, and I told you, fat motherfucking Nights was a simp. Why are you always trying to protect these? The show's not about women. What we're reacting to right now is talking about a woman. She's a little overweight, so they saying what real power that she has. She needed, I guess, sit down and accept based on what people think about how she look. And I just think that's not true either. At least that's not what I'm hearing women say. It's her world.
Yeah, I don't know why that girl that was built like a U-Haul was just acting like that. I thought that was really bad.
Yeah. Mr. Williams, if I was just thinking about, just to get your opinion on it. They're protected. You think a woman in a house alone, is she protected?
Yeah, if she takes the proper steps, if she has security cameras, if she has any type of weapon, if she have
the dog.
Yeah, I think they be very protected. I think pretty much that when they're in their own domain, I think they're more dangerous than we could be at times.
Okay. And then you're saying she just was too bad built to have that bad attitude.
Oh yeah. Like, yeah. She was built like the U-Haul.
But here we go. This is where we talk about the night of simping. Can a bad built chick not get a dude? Or try to get the best that she can get, and she can, talk crazy if she feel like it?
I mean, you always gonna find some thirsty men out there, brother. There's always gonna be a brother, with his tongue out, and his throat is dry. He dry on the inside.
Well, she went viral for talking crazy to dudes that they felt like she didn't have a right to say that to. So she's built like that, and then the guys, oh, you're a conservative, she popped a balloon. You don't vote, she popped a balloon. That kind of stuff. She was very picky.
That's called entitled princess syndrome, right? Someone who thinks they're in a higher level than what they really are. And that's pretty common amongst average black women, right? They have that entitled princess, black and beautiful, a bunch of Beyonce songs playing in the back of their head at all times, stuff like that, right? So the best thing a man can do in that circumstance is if you see that, walk away. Just walk. I mean, don't even give her a shot.
Not Isaac Hayes.
No. We talking about Beyonce. I ain't say Isaac Hayes.
No. Isaac Hayes is walk on by, bam, 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 bam.
Facts.
It's all that I have left, so let me. Never heard that one? It's a hit. Most men.
Go ahead, brother. Yeah.
But you never heard Walk On By was in Dead Presidents, if I'm not mistaken. You never heard that? Go listen to Walk On By with Isaac Hayes. He slowed it down with that funk. Yeah, go check that one out.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now. Give me a second. So,
I forget what movie it was.
Yesterday I was coming home from Gainesville, man. And let me tell you, bro. You know what hit yesterday? And then, I usually got my Big Sean playing, right? So much more. I do it. Man, I got some Ye playing, out my speakers. You know what I'm saying? Those are my jams, right? But something came on yesterday, man, that really just kind of stopped me and just had me kind of thinking, right? Had me feeling a certain way. That was that old Stephanie Mills hit. You know what I'm saying? I never knew love like this before. When I heard
I
that, man,
never knew love like this before.
yeah,
Yeah.
that hit different yesterday, man. You know what I'm saying? That really hit different. Maybe it's just the springtime hit, you know what I'm saying, feeling that feeling of renewal and just newness in the world, you know, right? That spring equinox is just kicking in, but it just felt, you know what I'm saying, it just felt like love was really in the air again, man. Like love is, you know what I'm saying, becoming a thing. I think we forgot how to love, and I think now we're starting to remember, you know what I'm saying, that love, you know what I'm saying, it's the thing that really matters in these, you know what I'm saying, relationships, right? It just
Man,
hit
I
different.
listened to a girl sitting in her car talking about you better not come around her with no damn mix CD and talking softly in her ear. She was very aggressive talking in that car. She said, "You better come here." And I'm like, I don't know if I can. Right, skip that one. It's a little too much aggression.
Yeah, stay away from those types too, man. The loud broad, the super loud broad, you know what I'm saying, who's constantly, you know what I'm saying, out there. That's one thing women are supposed to be the equal. We supposed to be the worker bees, the introverts, you know what I'm saying, the logic, right? They supposed to be the socialites, you know what I'm saying, the nurturing the feelings, right? That's how we complement each other. So when I get around a woman who's too loud and too outspoken, that tends to be like a major turnoff for me, right? No matter how pretty she is, if she's too loud, she's too feminist, that's like a major turnoff in a lot of ways, you know, right? Because I
Yeah.
know what I'm getting. I'm getting an entitled princess.
Yeah, Stanley. I was singing the Dionne Warwick version, but I'm talking about the Isaac Hayes version. Isaac Hayes, you know, he was a talk singer. He said, "Walk on by." You know, him and Barry White was in a competition at a deep voice song, so he slowed it all the way down, put that heavy funk on it. It's completely different from Dionne Warwick's version. But yeah, the one is that I was sounding like is the Dionne Warwick version though. They forget about Dionne Warwick. Dionne Warwick and Jeffrey Osborne has a beautiful song together too. You know that song, Lord ADS?
Tell me what it is, and I might recognize it. Remember, Nice.
Let me see. What's the name of that song?
Now remember, Nice. I'm not my mama now. I don't know all that stuff. She had all those records and CDs. I just happened to grow up listening to them because that's all they play around the house. But a lot of stuff I'm not gonna recognize off the top of my head because I don't remember it as well. You know what I'm saying? I remember back in the day, man, my mom used to play these
I be
8-track
trying to look
sounds.
you up Lord ADS with the bangers. Like Wind Parade, that's a good one. You had Summer Madness and Winter Sadness. Those are good.
Cooler Gang. Oh yeah.
Well, Summer Madness was used by Will Smith. Winter Sadness is the B-side. It's a banger too. Wind Parade is some jazz. Let me look at Dion and what's the name? I think it's Never Gotten Over You or something like that. Yeah, this is good music, brother. You know, I Know Karita. I Know Karita. That's some Quincy Jones for you. Yeah, I love music, man. Even some
Now that Wind Parade is nice though. Donald Byrd, that's really great for like a Sunday afternoon if you're out like with the chicken and waffles with a cognac.
yeah.
Now Wind Parade is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you some fire songs, man. It is called
Birdland. You ever heard of Birdland?
It's called Love Power. Love Power takes over. And then what else Jeffrey Osborne got? He got some Baby. He has Really Don't Need No Light. I listened to a lot of this when I was younger.
Yeah, man, there was some good stuff back in the day. That was real talent, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, Birdland. I remember growing up to that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, that's dope stuff. You know what I'm saying? To grow up on, right? So, I mean, I do recognize a lot of, especially good jazz, man. I love some good jazz, brother. You know what I'm saying? Some Miles Davis in the morning, good. Especially, you know what I'm saying, on Sunday morning, man, out of bed, real good. You know, right? I mean, I grew up on my dad loved James Brown, man. He had all his stuff. Remember, Mind Power. People forget about them type of hits like that, Mind Power, and Do It to the Death. You know what I'm saying? That's James Brown, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like James, I will go with definitely It's a Man's World. I like more of James slow tempo type stuff.
Mind Power,
But
though,
most of that stuff I know from black exploitation films. So The Big Payback, Papa's Got a Brand New Bag. Yeah, James Brown used to put out like an album every day for a minute.
Yeah, man. James Brown, like I said, Mind Power. If you don't work, you don't eat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And what was that other man back in the day? My dad used to love another song by him, too.
Kiss Myself.
Yeah, Kiss Myself.
I'll get it myself. I don't need nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door. I get it myself.
Yeah.
The fabulous horns behind him. Yeah, I remember all of this.
And get up and get yourself together and drive that funky soul. Yeah.
Well, we got soul power.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's get through it. What are the statistics? What are they pulling up? ChatGPT even more direct.
And it is homicide.
Yeah. So I did
15 to 34.
You did 16 to 34?
No, yeah, I did 16 to 30. And like what's the number one cause of black men's death? Ages 16 to 30. And then the response is the number one cause of death for black men from ages about 15 to 34 in the United States is homicide, most often firearm homicides. Key statistics. According to the CDC, homicide is the leading cause of death for non-Hispanic black males ages 15 to 34. In some years, around 40% of deaths in black men ages 15 to 34 are from homicide, far higher than any other demographic group in the same age.
Yeah,
the majority of these homicides.
You just said 40%.
Yeah,
you just said 40%.
I don't want to go crazy with it. I don't want to. So here's what it says, right? I looked it up. This is the one I got on the screen as well. Homicide is the leading cause of death for black youth and young adults 10 to 24. It is also the number one cause of death for black males 15 through 44. Then accidents, then suicide.
Yeah, it's literally quoting the same thing that I'm quoting.
Yeah.
So
I just wanted to kind of just throw it out, put it out there.
Okay, and mine from the CDC, I guess y'all guys are doing a thing from the entire thing. It says right here, I'm sharing the screen, you can pull it up, right? And the CDC is the source. Leading cause of death for black men in the United States are heart disease, cancer, unintentional injuries, followed by stroke, homicide, and diabetes.
Yeah, so I think she gave an age range. That's why I looked at the age range.
Well, no, I agree with their age range. What I said, and I actually said it was like more like 49%. So the leading cause is still like I don't. You can't be the leading cause if it's 49%.
So again, did you put the age range or did you just say black men?
Well, no, the age range. I'm agreeing with you on that. But if it's 49%, which is unless they're just saying like that's the majority of the things, right? I guess so that's a one single thing. So I get you saying
so it's 49%.
Right,
yeah, the other 51% is comprised of several different.
Yeah, everything else is comprised. So no, my bad, Sherelle, you was right then. I got you then on that one. But overall, like I said, niggas don't die at 34. The vast majority of them live to be 70 something. That's why this age expectancy is that thing, right? So even furthermore with that, that'd be like us saying, well, hey man, most white families die because you know what I'm saying, the white man crash out and go Chris Benoit because they have the highest fucking thing.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
they have the highest percentage in there. But if you look up the top reasons white men die, you would find suicide before homicide. So they're not actually killing each other in the way that it would show up in top 5, top 10 reasons. They're in top homicide wouldn't show up in their men or their women in that way.
Nah, y'all, I understand what you're saying. Now you're right. Like I said, it's concentrated. 49% is only that, and then the other 51% is, even if it's 40%, the other 60% of things are 10% here, 20% there, 30%, so on and so forth. So I got you.
Yeah. So I just looked it up just to make sure we're on the same page. But I think as far as like what has been said, just generally, I don't know. I question the hypergamy thing a lot because we don't keep hypergamy doesn't just stick to one area. Like it's not just height, it's not just strength, it's not just this, that, and the third. It's finances, it's education, right? So it's certain things. So it just depends on the society. So when it comes to hypergamy, I kind of leave that alone because it's an ever shifting thing. So that's kind of all I got. I just looked the stuff up as Charles was just talking about. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. So it was a little bit. That's why I had asked Sherelle to reconcile it. Because if natural selection is the leading thing, I do agree with Mr. Fantastic in that is the baseline to hypergamy. And what I asked was, are black women stuck in the Stone Ages in regards to what makes a man valuable, protective, resourceful? We know brawn isn't.
Oh, yes. So yesterday we looked at a young lady named Jay Michelle's podcast, and when I'm listening to her talk, it's the rooms that she has access to just because she's a pretty girl. So when she's doing these interviews with Nipsey Hussle and 2 Chainz and all this, so she has access to them. And access sometimes is enough. Because I hear a lot of women talk about, just access to an intelligent, over 6 foot tall man with money. Just access to him lets them know that they have a opportunity to have that person. And she was, 43? Talking about she gonna get an old cat to retire on after her kid gets older. Because if the kid is 5 now and she's waiting 13 years from now, so that's 56. Or maybe she just mean, old enough to, move around. So maybe 16. So that's still 11 years from now. So that's 54.
Well, I wish her the best. You know what I'm saying? I hope it all works out for her because that sounds like a pretty flawed plan, right? It's like you have a lot of variables that you think are static, but they're just really, dynamic variables, right? Certain things can happen along the way that, to either enhance that or forfeit it. And likely to forfeit it, especially with her aging. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she could try to catch an older guy, who on retirement and this, that, and the other. My name's Jay Michelle, I'm gonna be with you. Remember, she's losing value too as she ages. She doesn't realize that yet.
If you saw her, could you tell how old she was since black don't crack like that?
Let me see her.
All right, give me a second. Let me see. Miss J. Michelle. J. Michelle. There she go. Stop this. She unapologetic. That's it. There she go. She the one with the black shirt on.
Yeah, I can tell that she looks like she's in her 30 somethings, right? But I can also see signs of.
Yeah, but how old do you think she is?
just looking at it, I give her 35, 36 years old, maybe 34, you know what I'm saying, where she really done up, right? But you can still tell, you know what I'm saying, that she's just been a gap of probably 8 to 10 years. Yeah, I mean, she can cover that, you know what I'm saying? She can cover probably, I mean, most black people look about, I'd say 5 to 10 years younger than what they really are, right? So she
Okay,
can cover
so
that little gap. But when
so
you,
so right there, she's 41.
yeah. So that makes sense, right? So think about it right now. Is if you get a 10-year age gap, right, where we appear to be versus our age, when you 56 years old, you're gonna look 46. 41 still looks really good on a lot of, you know, saying black women. Looks really good on a lot of black women because, you know, saying the genealogy that we have, right? But when you 51, I can tell, no saying that you got wrinkles. I can tell things have changed with you, right? Your beauty, no saying has kind of drifted some. And by the age of 56, most beauty, unless she's just really healthy and no saying really staying in the gym, really taking her vitamins, really no saying doing all those things, maybe even surgeries. You know, I can tell that you about, you know, saying 40 something years old, right? It's like, yeah, you got the wrinkles, your body don't look the same, you know what I'm saying? You got those, you got a little turkey neck going there, babe, you know, right? I can look at you and tell. You know what I'm saying? So I think, you know, saying that that's kind of a fallacy what she's attempting to do right now, instead of really using her head and saying, my son's 5, you know what I'm saying? Could he adjust and adapt to, you know what I'm saying, you know, say, you know, another man in the house, right? Could that be so? Versus I'm gonna keep kicking it, playing around, you know what I'm saying, till my son 18, then all of a sudden I'm gonna go out, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to be with a man who has a retirement, because likely what's gonna happen is she gonna find a man that she gonna have to take care of. Because you know you got to think about it, right? If she, because most black women in their 50s, you hear them on YouTube all the time. They sound like kind of childish, right? A lot more immature than what they should be in this situation. A lot, and plus on top of that, a lot more, you know, mule-headed, right? Stubborn, no saying, stiff-necked, right? About being in their ways. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare, no saying, a man will tolerate a woman like that. You know what I'm saying, for any length of time, right? Because they're just too difficult to get along with. You know. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know what I'm saying, if we even visit this 13 years from now, exactly where she's at that point. But I think a plan got too many holes in it. You know what I'm saying? And like most women, they think about the present and how pretty they are right now. Like I got a friend right now, she's 54, right? Man, if you see her back in her 30s, man, she was gorgeous. I mean, insanely gorgeous, right? Super pretty. But now she's in her 50s, she's not pretty like that anymore. I mean, she still got some of those looks. She still got a little bit left. It's like a tad bit of that beauty left, but it ain't like it was in her 30s, right? Now she's looking for a man she can settle down with, and she's wondering why everybody just kind of, you know, taking her through the, you know, what I'm saying, taking her, you know, what I'm saying, having a little fun with her, and then just letting her loose. No, because that just isn't there anymore. You should have thought more about that when you was in your 30s, when you was really, really pretty, right? You know what I'm saying? When you had some of that beauty left, you know what I'm saying? But most women, especially in this day and age, you know what I'm saying? Some of the modern thinking, you think you're gonna be young and beautiful forever. Nobody stays young and beautiful forever, right? We all age. I'm gonna get some gray. You know what I'm saying? But as a man, it's different for me getting gray than for you getting gray, right? It's different. So, I mean, that's something we're gonna have to see.
See, there go Chalk. Hey Chalk. So here she go the other day. So that other video I showed was her from 2 years ago. This is her from a couple days ago. Let me move this out the way. There she go. So let's let it play. She started showing pictures about right up in here. So right here, she's 43.
And I can tell you right now, that J. Michelle that you seeing right there in the picture ain't the same one that you seeing live on screen. That there's some similarities, but that a lot of that's already drifted. You know, right? A lot of that beauty's already seemed to drifted. You know what I'm saying? Quite a bit. So yeah. I mean, she's still pretty, but you can see the drift though, right?
I don't know. I didn't think she was in her 40s. I thought she was like maybe 30, 32.
Nah, when black folks mature, that's one of the dead giveaways about how old you really are. Is your face gets fuller. You know, right? Your cheekbones tend to get higher. Your face gets fuller. You know what I'm saying? Your eye sockets tend to shrink, and you tend to get those crow's feet. You know what I'm saying? Those are telltale signs, right, of aging. You know, you've seen a lot of us. You know, even me. You can see if you've seen a picture of me in my 20s. I had a baby face. Till I was about 37, 38 years old, and that's when my face started changing. But up to that point, I looked like I was in my 20s the whole time. You know, right?
In your 30s?
Yeah, I look up to 37. I look like I was in my 20s, bro. Very easily passed for 22, 23 when I was 35, 36. Very easily passed because I had that baby face, man. I had like a real baby face.
Look at Chalk is having a field day. I don't think he's complaining though, Chalk. You women listening. I think he's saying that this lady should, I don't know, she has a young child and she's, trying to wait for her child to get much older.
Beauty drifts, baby. It's just the reality. Beauty drifts. It drifts away. It does. It drifts to the point where it's completely gone. No right drip. Beauty can leave.
I think Cheryl Lee Ralph still looks good. I don't know how old she is. She's 60?
Yeah. She works out, probably great dynamic there, right? She probably does all the things necessary to maintain that youthful look. But most women can't really afford, all the procedures necessary to look like they 20 in their 60s. Like Holly Berry.
Well, why would she want to look 20 in her 60s?
But that's most women shoot for that peak beauty look. They really do. Even in their 60s, they shoot for that peak beauty look, right?
Like, I wonder what Sally Richardson looks like now. Let me see, Sally Richardson. Who's from back in the day? Layla Rashawn. Because I think a lot of these women, they look good for a really long time. What up, CK? And that's a difference. They might want more. And it seemed like I was listening to Don't Call Me White Girl, and she brought her mother on. Her mother's much older. She said, as I've gotten older, I want more now than I did when I was at my peak. She said, isn't that sound crazy? Isn't that backwards? No, it's what you want. Now, can you get it?
Like, I do know older women, especially at the gym. I know this older white chick, right? She's in her 50s. She got gray everywhere, but she looks good. I mean, really good for her age, though, right? I know this Latin bride who looks, she got grays. She looks really good for her age. They both in their 50s, right? But they work out all the time, eat healthy. I mean, super strict on diets and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that comes with that payoff, right? From all that hard work, you know what I'm saying? There's there's a benefit to that for them, right? Because they do look they look super pretty with the gray. You know what I'm saying? But most women, they ain't gonna do all that. They ain't gonna, especially black women, they ain't gonna be watching like that. You know what I'm saying? They gonna, they do all types of little bonbon, little cheat and stuff like that on the diet. You know what I'm saying? That they think they got, then they end up giving up on the diet, and then they don't go to the gym as often. I'm starting to see more black women in the gym now, but I say previously, even up to a couple years ago, that gym was full of Latin and white women. That was really all you would see up in that gym. You see a couple of black broads, who would come every once in a while, but you wouldn't see them as regularly, right? It'd be like, wow, there's a black woman up in Planet Fitness today. Wow, I haven't seen one of them in a while. But nowadays you're seeing them more regularly in the gym, trying to do something with it. Trying to cut back, trying to get some type of shape because reality's kicking in. That they were sold on a delusional lie, of what's that called? Body acceptance, or what's that called back in the day? Body, what were they called Lizzo stuff?
Dysmorphia?
No, some of that was dysmorphia, right? But with those bruises and thighs, yeah. But what were they calling it? You know what I'm saying? Body something. I forgot what they call it. You know what I'm saying? When you just
Oh,
love
you talking about
yourself.
body positivity?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But they just love themselves regardless, right? And they expected men to love them regardless. And what they're finding out is that, you know what I'm saying, there's no such thing as unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? Especially outside of you. You know what I'm saying? As a human being, you unconditionally love your kids and that's it. There are conditions to attraction, right? You have to meet a certain criteria to be attractive to people, especially to men. And a lot of women, especially black women, are now starting to wake up to it. So I'm starting to see more black women at the gym now doing their thing. You know, they constantly want attention, of course. They walk by you thinking, you know, it'd be a gym, you know, it'd be Latin bras, white bras in that gym. And they see a white broad talk to you, they see a white broad get beside you, they see a Latin broad walking your way, they try to walk your way too because they want that attention, right? They want to be told that, hey, look at you, you look better than them. And in reality, in most cases, they really don't. I mean, I met a few black women who are super competitive with Latin and white women who look really good. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you know, it's like, you know, okay, I'm glad to see that you know, say getting healthy, but the attraction level, I mean, it's more friends, right? I'd rather be plutonic with you than, you know what I'm saying, see you as a, you know, objectify you, right? To what, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not really what I, you know what I'm saying, what I'm looking for, right? So
You sound picky too. What up, gas mask?
I mean, I work hard, man. I work hard. I go to the gym 3 to 5 times a week. I watch what I eat. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm 46. I still got a whole 8 pack, bro. I work hard for me. I do things for me, right? And not saying I have an expectation, say, oh, this is supposed to equal that. But in reality, you know what I'm saying? Not that if I can't hold you to the same, if I can't hold you to a standard like I hold me to a standard, then you know what I'm saying? What am I doing, right? I don't stand on anything. It's just a standard. That's all it is, a standard.
The leading thing nowadays, right? But resources, brain power, access to resources, how to manipulate P&L and money and all, right? How can they not identify that? And why, based on what she was saying, are they still predicating who they sleep with based on strictly aesthetics? That means that black women are still in the stone ages, while the rest of the women are considering all things that make a man worth replicating.
Well, that's the thing that I find complicated is I think that just like men kind of separate women that they sleep with versus women they have relationships with, I think women do the same thing today, right? Of all races, whether it be black, white, or whatever. But since we talk about black women, I'll just stick with it. I think that still applies.
Yeah,
Right.
no, but no, it doesn't.
What
Because
the-
then the marriage rates would prove that, right? So the marriage rates would prove that in the
What's up, Bean?
cohabitation.
Yeah, wait. So what are you saying? What? Yeah, tell me what part you disagree with, so I understand better.
So the whole thing you're saying, other women don't look at for aesthetics for the main reason the
No.
person getting married.
Yeah, I wasn't saying aesthetics. Yeah, like so. What I'm saying is the same way that men compartmentalize women that you can sleep with versus women you can date. I think black women and all women do that as well.
Yeah, so that's why I disagree. And what I'm saying is
Okay, that's okay. Gotcha.
So no, other women at some point in time may compartmentalize that way. Up until, and Hampton said this, and plenty of other men have said this, and the marriage statistics show this, right?
Okay.
You know, they cut that off. They cut their whole phase off at, let's say, 25. Black women want to have their whole phase up until, let's say, about 32, 35, right? So being that being that black women don't want to get married and have the rhetoric of strong, independent, don't need no man, all this other shit, blah blah blah, right? That shows that where they're out here looking for a man that's going to fulfill them nothing other than physical sexual desire for the most part, right? And aesthetics is the most important thing for them compared to other groups of women. Asian men have been, by all accounts, agreed upon from a world standard of being the most unattractive men, but yet still Asian men are married at like a damn near 90% rate, right? Why? Because the Asian women, even though they those men may not be attractive, they fulfill all of the other things that you need from a man that supersede the physical prowess and the attractiveness, right? Same thing goes for Indian men. Same thing goes for hell, even Hispanic men. Even Hispanic men have a higher marriage rate and things than us and cohabitation rate. So what we're saying
are we saying that the reason why we think those rates are higher is just based off aesthetic and not anything outside of that?
No, I'm saying it's not. I'm saying it's exactly not that. I'm saying it's the opposite of that. That's what I'm saying. We're saying that black women choose based on aesthetic mainly and firstly. What we're saying is those other
So
women
and that's what I'm right. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to. Do you think that that's the reason why the black marriage rate is down? Is because it's based off aesthetic? Like
yes,
I'm trying.
yes, black women have the strictest criteria for a man that she's going to be in a relationship with.
And where
Right.
would you get that from? And that's why. Well, it's not. That's why I was going to say. I don't have anything to prove that.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if I look, go ahead, Sherelle.
Because this is the thing about the Asian women. Asian women literally marry out the most. And we like to talk about the Asian women who come here on a
Asian women and white men.
Yeah. But
and they typically marry each other.
Yeah, that happens a lot, right? That's a big thing for them, right? And for us too. Believe it or not, we marry Asian women a lot too. But not as much as white men, but I think we fall like second or third on the statistic when it comes to interracial marriages, something like that. So we kind of go for the Asian broads too a lot. But I mean, this is typical though of GBG. I don't know why he just don't holler at Sherelle, because if Sherelle get in trouble, GBG will come out of nowhere, come save her. He really will. And it's just amazing to me that they talk to each other, they friends, but they never, you know what I'm saying, kind of talk with each other, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what I'm saying, what's up with you? You know what I'm saying? Let me come get you. Let me go take you out to dinner one night. You know what I'm saying? Something simple, right? I'll fly in, take you out. You know, something like that. You know, because I mean, those two really have a lot of the same ideology and a lot of the same kind of beliefs, right? When it comes to what they like and what they feel. And I'm just like super curious why they don't never holler at each other, because I think they get along great. You know, versus, you know.
Well, I think it's a whole family of them. So it's Cheeky, Sherelle, Granville, Sway, all of the GBG people kind of get along like that. Bear, it's a bunch of them.
Yeah, but I mean, I've never seen two people hit it off so much, and especially, you know, when you run up there, right? You know what I'm saying? Just keep it real. I mean, I just think those two probably make a decent couple. They just would. You know, but it is what it is, you know. I guess, you know what I'm saying, when you're in the moment you don't see that, but it's obvious that those two, you know what I'm saying, especially Granville, you know, GBG, he'll go up there, man, and he will defend Sherelle. I mean, out of nowhere you'll see him pop up from I've seen that multiple times where he'll pop up out of nowhere to just defend Sherelle, and then he'll go back down to the father dude. So I'm just like, man, why don't you just holler at her, bro? Get, you know what I'm saying, get that thing out there, put it out there.
They've been around each other all these years I've been here. It's not hard.
Not hard to get at her. She obviously like him too.
They've been in each other's vicinity before.
Yeah. I just wonder why those two play it so loose with each other and just don't try to streamline that thing, right? That's all I'm kind of saying. Just streamline it, right? Make it real. You know what I'm saying? Make it a thing.
I guess because they don't want to. Let me check these likes. Yeah, interesting. Let's see. So okay, they have hit the like button. I gotta make some more shorts and stuff.
All right, nice. I gotta go to the gym, brother. Thank you for
Salute.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gonna jump forward a bit. Oh, that's the chat.
Higher than 30. So the person who introduced the stats is who that was directed to. I wasn't here for the whole thing, so I can't really put no address on that letter. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
I just heard the numbers being thrown around, so I went and checked it myself.
Okay. It sound like Sherelle, maybe one person, and then maybe was it B?
Yeah, it was me.
Okay, all right.
It wasn't me.
I be doing
Okay,
a million
me.
things, so I was listening to voice. I'm like, I think I heard. Okay, so Sherelle first, then Beans. Just try to be
Okay, so
concise.
I
Well,
said-
Sherelle, hold on one thing. When I say try to be concise, you say okay, and then proceed not to be concise.
That don't mean I'm not trying to be concise.
Touche. Touche. That's
So
I hate my friends, man.
I said 40% of Black women don't have kids. You said 60% of them do have kids. Okay.
61.
Okay, 61. Let's go. 100 minus 61
It's
would
39.
be 39, right?
Okay, and that is more than
And if
30,
we
right?
round up,
No, we're not.
wait,
We're
if
not
we round,
rounding.
I let you talk. I can do this over talking things, so please don't. And I can't be booted. Okay?
I just
So
want
if you round up, you can say 40%
We're not
don't have
doing-
kids. You're saying 61% of them do have kids, which still means 39 to 40% of them don't have kids.
Excuse me, Mr. Rail, but I gave you approximate numbers. How the hell do we get into rounding?
Okay, so 39%.
Wait, hold on. What is
I
approximate?
gave you approximate numbers.
When you look up approximate real quick. Hold on. Wait. Look up. No, approximate doesn't mean exact. That's
Cheeky stop.
Approximate and exact don't mean the same. Y'all be the prime examples coming up here. Y'all be the prime examples. You don't know that. You don't know what 61 minus like 100 minus 60. What does that leave you with? How many women don't have kids? Because you said 35 is outrageous, right? So if 61% of Black women have kids, how many of them don't have kids?
Yep.
That's concise. All right, we done.
I think he froze on purpose. So Beans, do you have a need to go regarding this? I'm saying, or go ahead.
No, I just wanted to make sure that there was a second voice acknowledging that by his own statistics, Sherelle would have been right. Like as soon as he said it, I'm like, well, that means she was right. And I think he misunderstood the 30% that was being talked about wasn't about how many women had children. It was about what percentage of them would actually be considered, good, honest, women, having integrity, good character, and all of those different things. So that's all that was. But to Sherelle's point, I mean, it's an example of what y'all got to choose from. That didn't help.
But they're good as long as they don't kill people. They're perfect.
So, okay.
That's crazy.
All right. Well, we coming up on a little bit of time. So
that did not help.
Ma, you been listening? No.
No, I've been listening a little bit.
I know you, brother. I know you ain't been listening. You've been riding in the car, going to your office, listening to music, most likely PD crack. And then you turn on the stream for 3 minutes and ask me for the link. Rudely, I heard. And nigga, Ma said, "Hamp, drop the link." I said, "Well, excuse me."
My bad.
But Mel got them together though. That's how y'all say it, right, Sherelle? Got them together.
Y'all see him?
Ma'am?
Can y'all see him? I can't see you.
Yeah,
you got to switch the thing. It keeps switching too.
Yeah, you gotta pick the view.
Just make sure you pin it.
Well, bro, I know it's Mont, but you ain't missing nothing. Go ahead, Mont. What's popping?
This nigga ain't.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You sound good.
All right. I was listening. I started listening when Sherelle and Rilla was Beans. You still name used to be Rilla, right?
The disrespect.
Oh, I'm talking about
who?
I'm getting people mixed up.
No, sir. We both from Chicago. That's what it is.
Y'all look, y'all. All right, cool. when Beans and Sherelle was kind of like talking a little bit about no, Fantastic was talking about like murder and all that type of stuff and statistics. So I'm still just kind of like listening until I got like a point where I want to like, you know, get in there and address. I mean, I heard a couple of things I wanted to address, like about he started talking to her about character and they start bringing up having kids. I'm like, what are y'all talking? Like, what y'all talking about like that? That says nothing about anybody's integrity, you know, or moral compass if they have children and they're not married or something like that. But I understand the perspective of like if you look at it from a traditional American biblical derived position, I understand that. But in reality, let's say that that's a book you never read. You know, it's like that says nothing about somebody's character to me, unless you are a Christian. Then I would say like, you know, you know better, right? But yeah, I just keep listening though, unless somebody want to kind of address that. But
yeah,
well,
let me.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay, you guys ask me a question. The derivative of the show as well, in terms of just illusions and delusions, people then they got more options, they choices, etc. Came from the show that we were on Sunday regarding the lady who was, you know, aesthetically unattractive and she
ugly as hell. Say it.
They was fighting me on that, yo.
When I said that about EBD, y'all
Say it.
Yo, she was horrible.
Wow.
Yeah, well,
inside and out.
Yeah, and then also her attitude to boot. But I think Beans had a question for you, then we can go into it.
No, my question was for you, but maybe you kind of just answered it because I wanted you to expand on the illusions of choices.
Yeah,
that's because I'm trying to understand exactly what you mean.
So EBD got, since Mr. Fantastic want me to be salacious, got his asshole torn out last Tuesday. Pause if you have to. By Sherelle. Unattractive, every other thing you can imagine why he should not procreate and none of that. Then on Sunday, this girl looked like a bearilla, Snoop Dogg shit. Since
she looked like the meatball on Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
It looked like if you hang her upside down, you wouldn't know what it was, right? And so, but they think you know, these people who were being admonished to this degree, Beans. People think they have options because of social media. They can swipe left, swipe right. They think they could disparage these people over here, talk shit to this nigga over there, and they still think a nigga gonna fly him out for the right reason. You know? And then when we talk, you hear this conversation, I'm a victim, he did it to me, this, that, and the third. And I'm just thinking, motherfuckers out here thinking they got more access than they really got, which is why they acting like this and blaming everybody else. Whole time, you look like a bull frog. Right?
Oh, that whole Jeremiah.
But you dismissing people left and right like you got all this access. Nah, my nigga, I know you walked here because your knuckles is straight.
What that mean?
Yeah. You know, very, very primate-ish. That's what it means. But anyway, so bro, it's y'all to you, bro, for still nigga trying to be too cool and you didn't do it. Y'all, I'm sick and tired of y'all not calling these ugly hoes ugly, but it is what it is. No, bro, I was going down that line because, like you said, it's based on the rules that women use, right? I don't believe by any means that man or woman, for the most part, you having kids make you a horrible person or shows bad character or whatever. Repeatedly, though, yes, right? You get one fuck up, right? If you out here as a woman being a fucking serial incubator or as a nigga being a notorious nutter, that shows a problem in choices, character, and a whole bunch of different things, right? But what I'm saying is, I was just basically trying to the framework that Sherelle set up, and then trying to give the best examples I think you could use for that. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, you know, individual basis, right? Outside of a person being just an absolute fucking serial killer, sociopath, or psychopath, there's good in all people. But we're talking about this thing where women eliminate men, and you know, Sherelle being the resident feminist for today, where she makes this claim that, you know, most black men are dangerous and they're not good people.
I didn't say the majority of you was dangerous. See, now you about to lie.
Hold on, you said 35. Well, hold on. Now I'm finna do what you did to your Nolans cousin, baby. Subtract motherfucking 35 from 60 from 100. What you get?
What?
Subtract 35.
But I didn't say y'all was a killers.
Well, not just bad.
I said y'all don't have the character, and you don't.
Yeah, but bad people. That's what I'm saying. You saying bad people.
Everybody with a bad character is a killer. That's
no. I'm not making that argument either. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying that you think all of them are violent. What I'm saying, even though you're saying Beans had to prove that wrong too. Like y'all, niggas killing.
Shout out to the shout outs. Yeah, man. We had a pretty good breakdown, I think. How are we doing? We moving this up out of here. Yeah, we had a pretty good breakdown. We had a whole run through. So the guy that's staying in the gym, the guy that got his money right, the guy that's doing all the things, to make y'all love him. So he's being the so-called best version of himself at whatever age. It's kind of like y'all playing in his face. I'm not one to bash what they call baby mamas or whatever else. I come from a baby mama. My mother was a baby mother. I think we do better together than apart. But of course, y'all know what we do over here. Try to be consistent. Hope you had a good time. We got to listen to Lord ADS. We got to listen to Truth. We got to listen to Chicago Rilla. It wasn't specifically on this lady because, there's no point in being specific on this lady. It's just about the overall look of us, how we interact with each other, how we present, and the mean-spiritedness we want to jump right into instead of trying to, what's wrong with civility. So shout out to Chalk for coming in at the end to, say whatever she's saying. Y'all know how to support the show. You got the Cash App, PayPal, likes, subscribes. And I'm going to tell you what I always say when I end these shows. Be great. Peace.
Shut this motherfucker down!
That's all, folks.